It's the backyard brawl of the Allegheny 9 as the West Allegheny Indians are in Moon Township to take on the Tigers in a Week 9 WPIAL Class 5A matchup. The backyard brawl on the West Allegheny Sports Network. Brandon Rossai and Mitch Montani all on the call for you here from Moon Tiger Stadium. And Mitch, West Allegheny's in the playoffs. Moon is not. And for Moon, this is basically just go out with one last hoorah, considering that they beat North Hills earlier on in the season, but have taken a nosedive ever since. They're coming off of a big win, but Moon, in order to kind of, I don't want to say boost their morale because their season's over after tonight, but this will be something that they want to go out to remember.
Absolutely, and you're talking about a pretty good team that's on the up and up. They're, no matter what, tonight going to finish no less than 6th place in the Allegheny 9 Conference. They're certainly on the up and up, and they're going to definitely be a threat next season, so we'll definitely see them trying to push positively into next season.
It's about time to do the national anthem here from Moon Tiger Stadium. Let's take a look at West Allegheny's low-scoring affair against the Woodland Hills Wolverines last week. First down and 10 from the 5 as Weber keeps it himself. Rolling to the left. Weber has some room. Down to the 20-yard line, being dragged down from behind by Jaden Lucas and Caleb Brevard down to the 23-yard line. The Wolverines have converted 34% on 3rd down, and they try to convert another. Jones lobs it down the middle of the field. The pass is intercepted by Noah Ledford. Ledford whipping it out of the grasp with Jaden Lucas. And Ledford down to the 40-yard line, has some blockers. Down to the 45, he is hit hard out of bounds at the 46. Tyler Gallant fakes to Kyle Merritt. He splits the defense. Down to the 30, makes a move on Taylor. Down to the 20, inside the 10. And Nas Taylor brings him down at the 7-yard line. A 39-yard gain. Holds on 4th and 2. Jones bobbles the snap. It's picked up by West Allegheny, but it doesn't matter. The Indians hold on another 4th and short. This is Cam Cruz in the shotgun. He rolls left. Cruz throws back. Brent Mangle on the reception. Has his blockers down to the right side. He picks up the first down. Jones to Smith. And Smith fumbles the ball again. West Allegheny signals they have it. And they do. Denard gets the carry. Up the middle, he slips and falls, loses the ball. There's a scrum on the goal line, and the call is a turnover again. Cam Cruz will roll out to the right, getting chased by Oliver, and Cruz completes the pass to Jake Davis. In a game that was powered by defense last week, it's only fitting that a defensive end gets the player of the game nod from last week's 7-0 dramatic win over the Woodland Hills Wolverines. A game that was decided by turnovers. West Allegheny did throw 2 interceptions in the win against Woodland Hills, but the Wolverines turned the ball over 5 times, and that's certainly something that defensive coordinator Brian Cornell and his defense would like to repeat in the final week of the regular season.
No doubt, Brandon, and especially you want some momentum going into the first round of the playoffs next week. We're still unsure who that'll be. Likely a team from the Big East Conference, but they're going to come in with some surefire power, and this defense wants to have the momentum swinging in their direction when they likely host a really tough opening playoff game next weekend.
Both teams set to come out onto the field. Let's take a look at the keys for both teams. First up, we're going to start with this West Allegheny football team as you see coming out onto the field on your screen.
Well, West A this week, they need to pound the ball right up the middle to likely Will Weber. It's just got to be pound the rock this week for West A. Moon is not a very good defensive team. They're second to last in the Allegheny 9 conference, so West A needs to control the game from that perspective. They need to get pressure on the quarterback. 14 interceptions from Moon this season. They need to get the job done in that department on defense, and they need to get the passing game going on offense. Moon has the worst pass defense in the entire Allegheny 9 conference. They need to just spread the ball out, get big plays going down the field, and control this game in terms of time of possession.
Now, on the other hand, what does Moon have to do?
Moon's got to spread the ball around as well. They got to rely on Sunday and Panucci a lot. They got to get the ball to more than just their quarterback, running back, and fullback. They need to spread the ball out more. They got to build their running game. They had 338 rushing yards last week, and 2 players go over 100. So they need to spread it around a lot more. They need to play with a chip on their shoulder. As we said, this is the final game of the regular season. They want some momentum going into next year. And I don't know, just kind of start getting the wheels churning for a team that's already on the up and up and push their way into a 2018 season with an eye on possibly the playoffs out of the Allegheny 9 Conference.
Yeah, Moon's going to be one of those teams that could potentially surprise some people next year. They are graduating their top passer in Cole Konechka. He's the starting quarterback tonight for the Moon Tigers. But they have a really strong junior class coming back, led by Brady Sunday, the junior running back, alongside the fullback / tight end Christian Tanner, who just took visits recently to Division I schools such as Hiram College and the University of Akron. While West Allegheny, on the other hand, they are losing some key seniors as well next year, but they're going to return a lot of players that have gotten the chance to shine as tonight, or this season, I should say, but also some players that didn't necessarily get to show what they've got, such as defensive tackle Logan Rossi, who went down in week 1 with a broken foot. His status for next week of the playoffs, right now it's 75-25. There is a slim chance that he could come back for the playoffs, but it's not looking very likely. He's going to the doctor on Tuesday to see whether or not he will be cleared. It's unlikely, but there's always a little chance there for Logan Rossi. Defensively, though, West Allegheny, they're one of the stronger teams in the Allegheny 9, but historically, they're not as strong on the defensive side of the ball. West Allegheny is giving up about 250 yards of offense, defensively at least, and that's the first time that's happened since 2011. And that year, West Allegheny didn't make it out of the first round of the playoffs. They were defeated by Knock in the first round of the playoffs in 2011. We're taking a look at Indians against their opponents. You see there on your screen, West Allegheny leads in pretty much every category. The only thing that's really been a struggle for the Indians has been the passing game. They've only passed for 674 yards. And Cameron Cruz, the starting quarterback, hasn't even thrown for 300 yards this season. So West Allegheny, as you alluded to, Mitch, needs to get the passing game going here tonight against a Moon Tiger team that has struggled through the air. But taking a look at the Allegheny 9 standings, the top 4 seeds in the conference are all but set. Upper St. Clair is the number 1 seed out of the Allegheny 9. Even if they lose to Woodland Hills tonight, they would still own a head-to-head tiebreaker over West Allegheny, who is the 2 seed. Woodland Hills is number 3, and Fox Chapel is the number 4 team, regardless of what North Hills does tonight at Hampton, alongside what the Moon Tigers do as well against the team you're in to see right now, the West Allegheny Indians. The captains set the meet at midfield. For Moon, it's Anthony Panucci, Cole Konechka, Jake Dunning, and Nick Kotok, the Army West Point commits, while West Allegheny's captains Will Weber, Anthony Delavate, a pair of Duquesne commits, Noah Ledford, and Colby Stout round out your 4 captains for the West Allegheny Indians. Weber and Delavate committing to Duquesne, which is a school that's very familiar with the college that is right up the road from here, Robert Morris University, which is where West Allegheny great Matt Holmes is playing his freshman season, and he's looking to make an impact for the Colonials in the coming years. But as you see on the screen, the coin toss getting underway. The head referee for tonight, Chuck Costanza. The umpire is Brian Mikush. Linesman is Greg Allen. Line judge is Ron Churchin. The back judge is Mark Grandinetti, and the field judge is Rich Iorfito. As you hear from over the loudspeaker, West Allegheny will receive the football to begin the game. It's only the second time this season that West Allegheny has gone on offense to start the game. So Moon defensively wants to make a statement. They deferred to the second half. And Moon, they have a struggling defense, but they want to prove that they can stop this West Allegheny offense.
Yes, Brandon, it's going to come down to Will Weber. It's pretty obvious that he's going to get the rock a lot tonight and challenge this Moon defensive line and linebacker core. He's going to throw it up the gut almost. A lot of the plays we'll see tonight, expect them to spread the ball around for a couple of runs up the middle from guys such as Mateo Van Damia, maybe Tyler Gallant. They're going to spread it around, but expect it to be a running game tonight for West Allegheny right off the bat.
Nick Morrow, the senior kicker, set to kick it away. He's one of the best kickers in all of the WPIAL, and some new return men back deep for the West Allegheny Indians. To the left is Paul Newton, the freshman transfer from Keystone Oaks, and alongside him is Noah Ledford. Correction, it is not Brandon Dale. He is out with an injury as Morrow booms it away, and Morrow, you're going to see a lot of this here tonight, booms it out of the end zone for a touchback. So West Allegheny will take over 1st and 10 from its own 20-yard line. The starting offense for West Allegheny, led by running backs Will Weber, Tyler Gallant, and Nico Flatty. They're going to tote the rock a lot tonight. Will Weber led the team last week in rushing yards. He had 60 yards in the win against Woodland Hills. The fullback is Anthony Takis. The wide receiving core, Jake Davis, Isaiah Crow, Noah Ledford, and Kyle Guilfoyle, who will be catching balls from quarterback Cameron Cruz whenever he is lined up as the QB. And the tight ends, Mateo Van Damia and Brent Mangold, and we'll get you the starters on the offensive line after this play. First play of the game, it's a direct snap going to Tyler Gallant up the middle. He falls forward down to the 25-yard line, where he practically gets tripped up by the 25-yard line, essentially. And it's 2nd down and 4. The offensive line for West Allegheny, left tackle Anthony Delavade, the Duquesne commit as well. Left guard is Spencer Mason, the diminutive 5'9", 205-pound guard. The center is Zach Hogue, right guard Bryce Manley, and the right tackle Sebastian Ricketts. The Moon defensive starters will be coming momentarily on a 2nd and 4. Nico Flatty now is in the Wildcat formation. Flatty has some holes, but he gets stacked up. Christian Tanner makes the initial hit. He's brought down at the 30-yard line, but that is going to be 1st down yardage for the freshman. The Moon defense, they run a 4-3 on the defensive line. Frankie Sterator and Dalton Dobbins on defensive ends. Dobbins is a 5'11", 175-pound freshman. Not very often you see a freshman starting, especially on the defensive line. At D-tackle, you'll see Jake Cunningham, the 340-pound junior, and Simon Eunice, his junior counterpart. The linebackers, Christian Tanner, Brady Sunday, and Jamal Littlejohn. And on a 1st and 10, Tyler Gallant running to the left. Gallant being chased down, and Gallant brought down at the 31-yard line before he can turn the corner. And it's a 2nd down and 9 after a frustrating run by Gallant. And the secondary for Moon, we didn't get to that quite yet. It consists of Anthony Panucci and Luke Piccolo at corner. Ramon Dean and Jake Dunning are your safeties, alongside Logan Young, who is in at the strong safety position. It's 2nd down and a long 8. The first snap's on the way for Cam Cruz, the sophomore quarterback. He's only thrown for 263 yards. He threw 2 interceptions last week against Woodland Hills. Cruz keeps it himself. Has all sorts of room on the left side. He's bumped out for 1st down yardage at the 42.
Good play there by Cruz. Setting up with trips to the right that time. West A really looked to throw, but Cruz was pretty much wide open going down the left side of the field. Easy 1st down for the Indians.
That's one attribute that Cruz has, is that he can make plays with his feet. He's not necessarily a pocket passer. He will stay in the pocket, but if he sees something, he'll just tuck it and run. And there you saw, you got the 1st down. On a 1st and 10 from the 40, this is Gallant getting bumped around by Piccolo. He's brought down from behind on the play, down to the 46-yard line. That's Frankie Sterator making the stop to the 47-yard line. It's 2nd and 3 now for West Allegheny. Ball is at one of the toe prints in the paw logo here at Moon Stadium. West Allegheny coming into this game 7-1 overall, 6-1 in the conference, while Moon has been eliminated from playoff contention. They're 4-5, 3-4 in conference play. As Mateo Vandamia bottled up by several Moon Tigers, leading the charge on the play, Simon Eunice, and we get a pair of flags thrown, one before the snap and another after the play was blown dead. We'll await the call from our head referee, Chuck Costanza. Could be a late hit on Moon. I did see some extracurriculars after the play was blown dead. Not amongst Vandamia, but with Colby Stout, the wideout, who was blocking Piccolo on the right side. So we'll have to wait and see amongst the conclave of the officials. The Moon Tigers looking to beat West Allegheny for the second time in 20 years. The last time they did so came here at Moon Stadium in 2006, a 26-7 win. In 2006, led by now assistant coach Mark Capuano, as both of the fouls were on West Allegheny. Bob Palka will not be happy about this, and West Allegheny gets backed up by 25 yards. It's 2nd down and 30 for West Allegheny. Insurmountable odds to convert this first down. We'll see what offensive coordinator Mark Davis will do after the Indians put themselves in a big hole early on. It's 2nd down and very long for West Allegheny, about the distance from here to Robert Morris University. Cameron Cruz is in the shotgun. Expect a passing down. It's a screen to Vandamia. And Vandamia stiff arms a man, Jake Dunning, down to the 25-yard line. And a pride of Tigers will bottle him up at the 27-yard line. Vandamia channeled his Le'Veon Bell from the same place, seemingly, that you saw on Sunday. But nonetheless, West Allegheny picks up some yardage, but it's still 3rd down and a mile.
What a play there by Vandamia, though. It just shows the effort there on the far side of the field. Looked like he was going to get tackled in the negatives, threw up a stiff arm, and managed to make what seemingly was going to be a gain of nothing into a gain of about 7 or 8 yards.
Vandamia is showing off his strength. He's one of the strongest players in the class of 2019. He's benching well over 325 pounds. Cruz will throw the screen to Isaiah Crow, and Crow runs into Ricketts and isn't able to gain anything. He's brought down after a 3-yard gain. He's well short of the first down, bringing up 4th and long, and the punt team will get sent out. Not the start that West Allegheny's offense was looking for, and they're going to turn the ball over on downs to Moon. Colby Stout will punt. He's been the starter all season long. And back deep to receive for Moon is Anthony Panucci.
Number 32 for the Tigers. That's Luke Piccolo.
Flags fly. Before the snap can be given to Stouts, it was a short kick regardless, as Luke Piccolo was actually waiting in the backfield. And this could be another penalty against West Allegheny. And the Indians already committing 3 penalties that could have been avoided very easily. And it is a false start.
On the Indians. It's a 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Still 4th and long. And
Stout
Stout will punt this away.
Still receiving.
Colby Stouts will take this snap and will punt it away momentarily. And the punt is off. It's a knuckler down the left sideline. And Piccolo thought about taking it. The ball may have been touched by Piccolo. And the ball is going to stay with Moon. The West Allegheny fans reacted as if the ball scraped Piccolo as he was running away from the ball, but Moon will maintain possession at the 38-yard line.
Very confusing play there. You would see by the reaction of the West Allegheny crowd, you'd think that was a fumble off the hand of Moon Tiger, but it turns out it did not. Moon simply down the ball. West A simply down the ball, and Moon will get possession their first of the game.
Seems like every time West A plays Moon, some odd things happen, no matter whatever the case may be. And you see there, that was an odd play, as you said, Mitch, and we'll see what happens as Moon takes the ball in his first possession. Cole Konechka will lead the offense out. He's one of the better passers in the entire Allegheny 9. But this is a run play going to Brady Sunday, and Sunday getting good yardage on the first play from scrimmage, but there's a flag behind the play. This could be a hold. That's where the flag is thrown in the vicinity of. It'll be a 10-yard penalty for Moon if this is a hold, pushing them back to the 31-yard line. Starting offense for Moon, Cole Konechka, who is far and away attempted and completed the most passes in the entire conference. He's 119 for 244, so expect the secondary to be challenged a lot here tonight. The running backs, Brady Sunday will be the main running back. Behind him is Sean Brennan. The fullback is Christian Tanner. And also seeing some carries will be Jamal Littlejohn. Wide receivers, expect to hear these names called a lot. Anthony Panucci, Nick Sebastian, Jake Dunning, and Ramon Dean. And your tight end is Frankie Sterator. Speaking of one of those wideouts, this is Panucci, and he can't go anywhere. He's tackled in the backfield. Mateo Vandamia charging and bringing him down for a 2-yard loss.
Mateo Vandamia simply throwing up his hand that time, and he was unable to get away. What a play by Vandamia. This West A defense flexing their muscle early on here.
Your offensive line for Moon, John Nucatelli, the left guard, and Army West Point committed Nick Kotok. The center is Marcus Duncan. Right guard is Sean Hitler, and the right tackle is Brendan Luffy. Second and long from the 29. 5 receivers set. Moon does this a lot. And Konechka gets all the sorts of time, completes the pass over the middle to Panucci, who gains some of that yardage back. He's hit hard by Ledford as he was wrapped down by Vislowski. And it's still 3 yards shy of the first down, but a key completion on second and long. Starting defense for West Allegheny. Defensive ends, Brent Mangold and Mateo Vandamia. The defensive tackle is Anthony Takis. Linebackers, Nico Flatty, Anthony Delave, Nate Vislowski, and Tyler Gallant, alongside Paul Fedorka, who is seeing some time at outside linebacker. The secondaries at safety, Noah Ledford and Kyle Guilfoyle. The corners are Isaiah Crow and Elijah Colliers. It's third down, and we'll call it 3 from the 45. Moon has the ball, but they'll have to burn a timeout early on. 4:25 to play in the first quarter. Moon is trying to convert on a third down. They get into a lot of third down predicaments, a lot, I should say. They've had 111 attempts, 40 conversions. That's 36%, which is something that Moon does very, very well offensively. While on the other side of West Allegheny's defense, that's something they do very, very well as well. They hold opponents to 23% on third down, one of the best in the entire Allegheny 9. So we'll see what happens on this third down and long, or make it third down and 3, I should say, for the Moon Tigers. Stay tuned later on the broadcast. Mitch and I will predict where West Allegheny will fall in the Class 5A playoffs. The Indians have clinched a berth, and the 5A playoff bracket has been set. It's just a matter of where the teams will fall in the playoffs. It's a third down and manageable from the 45. As Konechka fakes, dumps it off. Christian Tanner, he's wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Kyle Guilfoyle coming in on the safety blitz and wrapping up the stocky fullback Christian Tanner in the backfield.
Good stop there by Colliers. Moon was definitely trying to set up a screen pass there, and it somewhat worked, but good job by Colliers setting the edge on the play, holding Moon short, and they're forced to punt here on their first possession.
4th down and 2. Nick Sebastian will punt. He's one of the better punters in the conference, and you're going to see right here. But he shanks this one a little bit. It goes high, and luckily for Moon, it takes a Tiger bounce to the 13-yard line. And that's where West Allegheny will take its second possession. 3:41 to play in the first quarter in a scoreless tie. West Allegheny is looking to defeat Moon for the 11th consecutive time. They haven't lost to Moon since 2006, which is the last time the Tigers have beaten West Allegheny in the last 20 years. So both offenses couldn't get anything going, especially after West Allegheny had a humongous penalty of about 30 yards, a pair of personal foul and holding calls on the same play, pushing them back to a 2nd and 30, which West Allegheny couldn't convert from there, especially with the offense that it runs. Their offense is designed to wear you down instead of get those big 30-yard completions. Cruz, screen pass to Vandamia again, and this time he's undercut by Jake Dunning, trying to avoid that stiff arm that Vandamia put on him a few plays ago. And it's 2nd down, and we'll call it 8 from the 16-yard line, excuse me. Some other games you see going on the bottom of your screen. The big one in the Allegheny 9 is Woodland Hills traveling to Upper St. Clair. Now, it's not going to decide playoff positioning unless West Allegheny loses to Moon, and if Woodland Hills beats Upper St. Clair. The playoff positioning pretty much has been set unless something were to go astray. Cam Cruz takes it himself on the left side, and again, nothing going on. Sophomore quarterback. He's tackled in the backfield. Front by Dalton Dobbins. And that'll set up 3rd down and medium range, about 6 to go from about the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. It's senior night here at Moon Tiger Stadium. Moon has been eliminated from playoff contention, but they're more than capable of pulling a close game against West Allegheny. They upset North Hills in week 4, but ever since then they've pretty much fallen off a cliff. And Cam Cruz rolls to the right. The pass is through the hands of Isaiah Crow, who had a step on Young, just couldn't hold on to the pass. So again, West Allegheny will have to send out the punt team. A 3-and-out from offensive coordinator Mark Davis, and that's something he certainly is not happy with, especially with a team that has had defensive miscues such as the Moon Tigers. They're giving up 338 yards per game, which is the 2nd worst in the conference, only in front of Baldwin. Moon will take a timeout, so now the Tigers only have one timeout remaining in the first half. An interesting call there by first-year head coach Ryan Lynn, which, if that name sounds familiar, he was a former assistant coach at West Allegheny my senior year, which was 2014. He took over after Brendan Hathaway resigned. Brendan Hathaway is the cousin of Pine Richland's Phil Dracovic. Ryan Lynn was an assistant coach, as I said, to West Allegheny and Freedom, was also the head softball coach who made the WPIAL championships last year for the first time in program history, but they lost to West Allegheny in the Whippeal softball championship. He played baseball in college alongside Brian Cornell. As a matter of fact, he reached out to him whenever Lynn took out the starting or the head coaching position just for advice, and Brian Cornell told him, you have to have great assistants. And Cornell has about 6 guys that are willing to do anything for the program, so he told that to Lynn, and now it's just a matter of trying to find those 6 guys that Cornell has at West Allegheny. It's a 4th and medium. Colby Stout nearly blocked, but gets it away. The punt is deflected off of a Moon Tiger, Zach Jedlocki, and it's recovered by West Allegheny.
Simply an unfortunate there for Moon. Deflected right off the helmet there, and suddenly West Allegheny goes from kind of being pinned back deep, like a saucer-type punt, giving Moon great field position, to having some great field position of their own. Ball right back to West A.
That could be the break that West Allegheny needed early on. That was just an unfortunate turn of events for the sophomore Jedlocki. It bounced off of his shoulder pad. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time, and West Allegheny looks to capitalize on the first turnover of the night. Nico Flatty is going to take this snap, the freshman. In 3 games, he's amassed 227 yards. He's going to pick up some more as he gets to the middle of the field, brought down to the 48 by Anthony Young. Make that Logan Young, excuse me. And it'll be second down and about 5 from the 48-yard line. West Allegheny getting the ball back after the turnover on special teams by Jed Lockey. And West Allegheny looking to capitalize. Cam Cruz, the quarterback, is in the shotgun formation. He fakes the screen, goes up the middle, and Cruz will push the pile to the 50. May have gotten the extra yard, but it's still third down and 2 regardless. Ball now is in Moon territory, and West Allegheny looks to convert on another third down.
Cruz there getting a big push up front from his interior line of Spencer Mason, Zach Hogan, Bryce Manley. They kind of set up a little bit of a seam up there up the middle, and Cruz kind of just took it himself and took the conservative option there to get 3 yards and set up a 3rd and short.
Flatty again in the Wildcat. Moon's going to stack about 7 guys in the box. Flatty off the right side, and it's going to be close. He's brought down right at the line of script, right at the line to gain. Panucci sealed off the first down, and it's about a half a yard away from the first down. So it's 4th down and about a 1.5 feet. West Allegheny's probably going to go for it on 4th down and short.
4th down and short. Real short.
Something we haven't seen all game long, Will Weber has not taken any snaps for West Allegheny. He was banged up with a sprained ankle that he suffered in the Week 5 non-conference win against Kiski. And Weber on the season, he's amassed 524 yards on 81 carries, 8 touchdowns on the ground, 3 touchdowns through the air, as West Allegheny and Moon are scoreless at the end of the first quarter. But Weber hasn't seen much action. He was the leader of the team last week against Woodland Hills, but after West Allegheny pretty much solidified the fact that their defense was stopping Woodland Hills, they didn't really need Weber all that much to run the football. They just needed to milk the clock down, and that's exactly what they did. Weber hasn't seen any carries yet, so could be saving him for the playoffs, which are next week. Obviously more important to save up your best guys for the playoffs, but it'll be interesting to see how they utilize Will Weber for the remainder of the game.
And definitely, I mean, you want to keep him healthy for the playoffs next week, especially if you're going to run into a good defense such as Franklin Regional or even McKeesport, heck. But, I mean, you still don't want to threaten a loss here against Moon, so this is a prime position possibly to use Weber in 4th down and real short and really take control of this game against Moon, who's given you a really tough game thus far through a quarter.
Cam Cruz is coming in. There is a chance he's going to sneak it. And he will. This worked to perfection against Hampton. Let's see how it works tonight. And it works to perfection. Cam Cruz on 4th and less than a yard picks up the first down. Something that you saw a lot 2 weeks ago against Hampton. Cruz scored a touchdown off of it. And Cruz picks up another first down off of the QB sneak.
I love the strategy by Cruz. You only need a yard or two. We're at 4th and a half a yard, and he just gets right behind his center, Zach Hogue. Just drives up the middle, gets on the tips of his toes, and is able to get the 2 yards necessary. First down West End.
Now it's just a matter of moving the ball well on first down. Here comes Tyler Gallant. He's barking orders to his offensive line. Gallant up the middle. Gallant trying to slither his way away from a couple Tigers, but he's tackled by Jamal Littlejohn and Anthony Panucci at about the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of maybe 5. It's second down in medium range. Tyler Gallant took over basically as the leading running back ever since Weber was hampered with an injury. He's on the year, 227 yards on the season on 47 carries, scored 3 touchdowns, including the lone score last week against Woodland Hills. Gallant again up the middle. He'll bounce to the outside, and Gallant gets speared by Simon Eunice, the younger brother of Abby Eunice, a former Moon Tiger girls basketball athlete who has moved around along the United States of America, now is a basketball player currently at Weber International University in Florida. So it's third down and, again, less than a yard. The ball is at the 36-yard line. Expect a running play, whether it be that QB sneak once again or a Wildcat QB, as you're going to see from Tyler Gallant. Charge up is Eunice, but Gallant finds a hole, takes it, and picks up the first down. Eunice tried to create some pressure, and Gallant eluded it and picked up the first down running to the right.
West A is really putting it to Moon so far up front. This offensive line has done the job necessary, doing what they have to do, and meticulously, play after play, getting a push and moving West A down the field.
West Allegheny this year is the kind of team, they're not a flashy team like they were last year. They're just the kind of take your lunch to work kind of team. They're really hard-nosed and tough, as this is Nico Flatty going from left to right on the jet sweep. And he's jumped on from behind at the 30-yard line. And possible extracurriculars, Bryce Manley was holding up his hands in the air as if he got tangled up with a tiger, but no call was made. It's second down and 7. West Allegheny's 30 yards away from the first score of the game. The Indians only got a touchdown last week against Woodland Hills, but that's all it needed to take sole possession of second place and will be the second seed in the Allegheny 9 conference standings no matter what. Gallant up the middle. Bounces off some tacklers, spinning his way forward, and he's brought down again at the 26-yard line. Making the stop looks like Jed Lockey and Brady Sunday. Third down, and we'll call it a short 3 from in between the 26 and 27 tick marks on the right side of the field. West Allegheny looking to build some momentum going into the playoffs. They haven't really blown out any teams except for week 1 against Fox Chapel. But ever since then, the injuries started to mount up, and they haven't really blown out anyone since. This is a screen pass from Gallant to Vandamia, and Vandamia is tackled in the backfield. That's a loss of 2 on the screen pass from Jake Dunning and Jamal Littlejohn, who tackle him in the backfield, and it's fourth down and 6 to go. This is an obvious passing situation for West Allegheny. Cam Cruz will come out and more than likely throw a pass on 4th and 6. Cruz has completed more than 50% of his passes. He's 28 for 50 on the year for 263 yards, has scored a touchdown and thrown 2 interceptions. Cruz lobs it to the 6'6" Crow, and Isaiah Crow drops it. He had a one-on-one coverage on Malcolm Johnson, the gateway transfer. Crow just simply couldn't hang on there on single coverage.
Credit there to the Moon Tigers defense as well. They're getting kind of pushed around down the field in the trenches, but then they read that screen pass to Vandamia to perfection, holding West A to a loss, forcing them to throw on 4th and roughly middle yardage at 4th and 6, and they were unable to convert. So this defense stands tall, and they're going to have a chance to try to move down the field once again on one of the toughest defenses in all of the Allegheny 9 conference.
Konechka and company will take over. A 5-receiver set yet again, but Panucci goes in motion. Konechka will throw. Has some time. Now is under pressure. Konechka goes down. Brett Mangold, the player of the game last week, gets his first sack of the night on Cole Konechka. It's a loss of 3 to bring him 2nd and 13.
As you see on the replay there, Mangold was just unable to take advantage of a collapsing pocket there from the Moon Tigers. And it's one of those things you call a coverage sack. West Allegheny closing in there and forcing a second and long.
On second and long, Konechka throws the screen pass. Sunday has all sorts of room. Down to the 40-yard line. Gets a good block. Sunday, trucking down the field, is brought down from behind by Anthony Delavade. The biggest gain of the play for Moon goes down to the 43-yard line for a pickup of 38 on the screen pass from Cole Konechka to Brady Sunday, the longest pass completion on the screen pass this season. Sunday got a huge block on Isaiah Crow. Couldn't see who it was, but that sprung the play loose. But Konechka, the screen, complete to the left side to the wide receiver who trips and falls as he crosses the line of scrimmage. That's Anthony Panucci making the completion. It's second down and 10 for the Moon Tigers. Correction on the reception for the Moon Tigers. That was Dawson Snyder, the freshman, the younger brother of Delaney Snyder, a Moon Tiger girls soccer great. As Sunday splits the defense up the middle, to the 20, at the 10, to the 5, and Brady Sunday's in for the Moon Tiger touchdown. Brady Sunday, a 35-yard touchdown scamper, and Moon's offense gets on the board first.
What a run there by Sunday. Got right through that first couple layers of the West Day defense, and he was on his way. And that's exactly the momentum shift that Moon needed if they're upset happy tonight. And as you see on the replay there, great run by Sunday, taking full advantage. And with the extra point up and good, it's 7-0 Moon.
So the drop by Isaiah Crow proves detrimental to the first score of the game, and Moon takes it right up the field. A nice screen pass from to Sunday, good for 38. And then 2 plays later, Brady Sunday from 36 yards out gets in for the first score of the day. That's Brady Sunday's 6th touchdown on the ground. And Sunday, building off of his 145-yard performance last week against Baldwin, gets in for the first score of the night. Moon is a team that could upset West Allegheny. They got up on North Hills, beat them in the final seconds in week 4, but the problem is ever since then, Moon went on a losing streak. They did beat Baldwin last week, but the Tigers have been eliminated from playoff contention. So if West Allegheny's not careful, they could end up dropping this game to Moon, a team that West Allegheny looks right now may have taken lightly heading into this game, but you don't want to assume anything. But nonetheless, Moon will kick it away. Nick Morrow will kick it away. Expect possibly a touchback. And I was wrong. It's taken by Paul Newton, the freshman, at the 1-yard line. And Newton undercut as he crosses the 20-yard line. A huge hit by the up man for the Moon Tigers. That was Jamal Littlejohn, the sophomore, hitting Newton in midair and causing Newton to helicopter his way down to the 23, John Elway style.
23-yard line.
But it's 1st and 10, West Allegheny from the 23-yard line. The Indians are down 7-0. A similar situation to what happened last time West Allegheny came to Moon in 2014. Moon scored first, but then West Allegheny scored 51 unanswered. But Moon has the advantage right now. West Allegheny wants to change the tide. Here comes Nico Flatty. Makes a move, but Flatty is going to be wrestled down, but won't go down without a fight by the reserve defensive end for the Moon Tigers, Kyle Kumankowski. It's a 2nd and 2 situation from the 31-yard line. The West Allegheny Indians have a 2nd and 2 from the 31, led by offensive coordinator Mark Davis and 23rd-year head coach Bob Palco. The Indian offense hasn't got anything started yet. I'll see what they can do here. Nico Flatty up the middle again, and he looks like he got the first down. He's pushed backward by Simon Eunice, and it is a first down for West Allegheny.
West Allegheny has had tons of success tonight running the football. We've seen that already. They just need to work to put a solid drive together, get up the field, and score on this Moon Tigers defense. They're wearing Moon out on the offensive side of the ball. They just need to keep it going for a long, sustained drive to try to tie this thing up.
West Allegheny hasn't had a negative yard play yet on the ground. They had a pass play that lost a couple, but the running game, as you said, has been pretty effective. They just haven't had the breakout run they have been yearning for. As a timeout is taken by West Allegheny, the Indians have 4 minutes and 40 seconds to tie the game up and heading into halftime. Taking a look at the playoff brackets that Mitch and I are predicting, at least, for the 5A playoffs. Mitch, what do you got?
Well, I definitely have Penn Trafford out of the Big East Conference getting the number 1 seed. Upper St. Clair's likely going to get the 2. They are going to be the champions of Class 5A, barring an upset tonight when they play Woodland Hills. West A's likely going to be your 4 because Gateway's going to be the 3 seed as the second team out of the Big East. West A will get the 4 seed, likely a home playoff game with a 6-1 record in the Allegheny 9. Moving forward now, West A's probably going to play the 5 seed, which will be either Franklin Regional or McKeesport. The loser of that battle will get the 7th seed, the 6th seed respectively, and the Allegheny 9 will likely be Woodland Hills and Fox Chapel, likely booking themselves a trip to Penn Trafford as the number 8 seed.
Taking a look at the score right now for the Franklin Regional game, Gateway is up 6-3 after Gateway missed the extra point off of a fumble recovery, return for a touchdown. We'll get you the score for the Penn Trafford McKeesport game soon. But Cam Cruz has a huge hole, running to the right side. Cruz gets a block, down to the 50, and he slides down baseball style territory. Malcolm Johnson gets in on the tackle, but it's a very good gain for the sophomore quarterback Cam Cruz, who he's known to run the football, but not this much. He's been an integral part of the running game tonight, and he picks up the first.
Yeah, longest run of the game there for West Allegheny. Cam Cruz, 17 yards. And they're first in what will probably try to be a meticulous drive here to get down the field.
Cam Cruz, 30 yards on the day thus far, but this is Nico Flatty who breaks it open to the 30, being chased by 2 Tigers. And Flatty's tripped up inside the 10 by Panucci. There's an injured Tiger down at midfield. It's Kyle Kumankowski. But Flatty with a huge run inside the 10-yard line. And again, that could be the break West A needed if it wants to tie this game with Moon.
Great effort there by Panucci. It seemed as though Flatty was on his way, but Panucci just getting the shoelace or whatever he got on the shoe of Flatty to bring him down inside the 5-yard line of Moon. It's at the 10-yard line rather at the 8, but West A is still going to have a prime opportunity here to score. By far their most productive drive thus far in this game.
Kumankowski still down on the field. He's being tended to by head coach Ryan Lynn and the Moon athletic training staff. But taking a look at what I have for the 5A playoffs, I do agree that Penn Trafford will be the 1, but I think Gateway will be the 2 seed for the simple fact that sometimes it doesn't come down to who should be slotted where, because the WPIAL, in a sense, yeah, they do, but at the same time, they look at it more as where they can get the money matches. And I think they're trying to set up a huge matchup between Gateway and McKeesport again in the semifinals, because I have McKeesport, if they do win tonight, I have them as the 6th seed. They would play Upper St. Clair, who will be the 3. And that's a game in which McKeesport's already proved they can dominate Upper St. Clair. They won 42-14 2 weeks ago. Penn Trafford, undoubtedly the number 1. They're almost certainly going to play Fox Chapel. But Gateway, I think the win against McKeesport kind of solidified themselves as the number 2. So I think they're going to play Woodland Hills again in the quarterfinal round, and it'll be at Gateway. They both played in week 0. Gateway dominated most of the match despite winning by only 12. They were up 28-0 at one point. So really what we're looking at is Penn Trafford, Fox Chapel, and then Gateway versus Woodland Hills, as I said, Upper St. Clair, McKeesport, and then that would leave West A and Franklin Regional. It's first and goal from the 8. This is Nico Flatty. He runs to the left, and Flatty initially hit by Littlejohn, who shut out the block of Vandamia, but the tackle's finished up by Malcolm Johnson. Flatty, he's at 70 yards on the day. Gains nothing. It's second and goal from the 8-yard line. 4:11 to play in quarter number 2. Clock has not started. It should have started after the run by Flatty, but it's been the clock has remained at 4:11 pretty much this entire series, heading inside the 10. So we're going to say the clock is about 3:45, even though the clock still says 4:11. West Allegheny, they're waiting for something. Can't explain what, but as the clock finally is starting to wind, they were waiting for the clock to be reset to 4:05, excuse me. And now the clock will wind after a very long time, to say the least. And it's second and goal from the 7. Cam Cruz rolling to the right, looking for a man, chucks it to Crow, and the pass incomplete on a diving attempt by Crow. Broken up by Panucci. Correction, that was Young on the coverage of Isaiah Crow. Cruz has been favoring Crow all game, but Crow really hasn't been able to hold on to any of Cruz's passes. It's now third and goal from the 7. 3:44 to play in the first half. Here comes Cam Cruz. This could be a potential lob to Vandamia on the left side. And it is. Vandamia jumping grab, and it's swatted away by Vandamia, trying to avoid an interception. And it's fourth and goal from the 7.
Malcolm Johnson getting up there, too, causing a little bit of contact with Vandamia, breaking the ball up and likely forcing a West Allegheny field goal. Moon stands tall on third down and goal.
Colby Stout on to attempt a 24-yard field goal. He's 4 for 7 on field goals. Had a one block last week against Woodland Hills. That was halfway through the second quarter. We'll see what he can do on this 24-yard attempt. Snap down, hold good, kick up, and it's good. So West Allegheny cracks the scoreboard, but the Indians are still down 7-3. Thanks to the 24-yard field goal by Colby Stouts, the senior kicker, taking the place of DJ Upsatnik, who moved on to Alderson Broaddus University, where he is the starting kicker for the Battlers. Alderson Broaddus, the university in which Tyler Amador, a former football player and baseball standout as well. He's playing baseball over at Alderson Broaddus. But nonetheless, West Allegheny will get set to kick it away. The Indians boys soccer team moving on to the semifinal round as well, and other West Allegheny sports. They came off of a 4-1 victory against Bell Vernon in a chippy game, but West Allegheny is moving on. Meanwhile, Moon in girls soccer is in the semifinal round thanks to Delaney Snyder and company, the Miami, Ohio commits. As a matter of fact, Moon girls soccer will be playing at West Allegheny on Monday. They will take on Montour in the semifinals before heading to possibly Highmark for the championship game. Stout's low kickoff is taken by an up man. That's Dawson Snyder. And Snyder is tackled there as he is brought down before the 20-yard line by, looks like, Paul Fedorka, and it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. Moon went on a picture-perfect drive earlier on that only took 4 plays to go about 75 yards, thanks to a 38-yard completion from Konechka to Sunday, and then Sunday finished off the rest with a 36-yard run. Expect another pass, as Moon has done all season long, but no, it's a draw to Sunday. Brady Sunday, he's trundling along, gets the first down to the 32. Sunday has been very patient all game long, waiting for his blocks to open up, and has been able to capitalize, especially up the middle where center Marcus Duncan is having his way with Anthony Takis. 1st and 10 again. It's Sunday and nothing going on for the junior. Brent Mangold comes in and brings him down for a 2-yard loss. His second tackle for loss. It's 2nd down. Moon with a 7-3 lead with just under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Konechka leading the offense out on the field, but it's been Sunday who's been the story of the game for Moon. Konechka will throw, looking right the whole way. Pass complete to Nick Sebastian. And Sebastian is pushed out by Colliers and Fedorka at the 37-yard line for a gain of about 6 or 7.
I like the play call there from the Moon Tigers, finding Sebastian on a little bit of an out route, gaining back what they lost and more, and setting up a 3rd down and very manageable, about 4 yards from their own 38.
3rd down situation again for Moon, but there's a timeout taken on the play by West Allegheny. They now both have 1 timeout remaining. There's 2:40 to play in half number 1. Moon again in a 3rd down situation. But that's what the Tigers do best. They're a very good 3rd down team. They get in 3rd down situations a lot, and more often than not, they convert those 3rd downs to see what they can do following the timeout. But as you look down the sideline for Moon, you're going to notice a lot of blue. Now, there is no blue in the school colors for Moon, but they're honoring a student who passed away last year, which was Michael Trella. Trella died last year tragically in his sleep. He was a former lacrosse player and also played youth football with some of the junior class currently, such as Brady Sunday and company. He was well known for his blue Crocs, so the student section, which is down on the right, they're all decked out in blue. You see some of the players wearing blue as well. It's in his honor, as it was a year ago this week that Michael Trella unfortunately died. They're starting a foundation, the Michael Trella Foundation, which you can donate now to help the family. But Brady Sunday helping out Moon's cause, that is until he's brought down at the line of scrimmage by Kyle Guilfoyle. So West Allegheny holds Moon again on 3rd down, and the punt team will get sent out onto the field.
When Sunday's had success in this game, it's mostly been up the middle. When he breaks outside, this West Allegheny defense is doing a fantastic job at setting the edge, making plays and forcing Moon into situations like this where they got a punt.
Sebastian will punt. The punt's nearly blocked by Colliers, but Ledford waving fair catch. Sliving dive at the 35-yard line. That's where West State takes over. Some scores around, not the Allegheny 9 Conference, but the Big East Conference. Gateway is leading Franklin Regional right now 13-3. And on the other side, McKeesport on top of Penn Trafford. It's 12-10 in the second quarter. So if McKeesport were to win and Franklin Regional were to lose, not good news for West State. They get McKeesport in the first round of the playoffs. But the good news is it's at home. 1st and 10 from the 35. Cam Cruz will lead the 2-minute drill. It's a screen pass to Gallant. Gets a block, but Eunice went unaccounted for on the other side of him. Brings him down for a 3-yard loss. It's 2nd down.
West Allegheny's had a lot more success today rushing the football than passing. As you saw in that play, they're finding them pushing themselves back on pass plays.
Cruz gets the call in. He's going to try and lead this team about 68 yards to take the lead possibly. Cruz again, medium pass to Vandamia, who just straight up dropped the ball. A rare drop by the junior. Now having an exchange of words with Panucci. It's 3rd down and 13 from the 32. Clock stopped at 1:19 to play in the half. The passing game has been something that West Allegheny struggled with all year long. Cam Cruz taking over for Nick Ross, who was taken over by Jamie Diven initially. Cruz won the starting position officially in Week 5, and Cruz hasn't put up lights-out numbers, but he's done a serviceable job as he takes the ball up himself. And Cruz gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing doing after that. He's gobbled up by 6'1", 340-pound junior Jake Cunningham. Timeout taken by Moon as Cunningham brings him down. Cunningham is the heaviest starter in the entire 5A classification. The second place, it's close between him and North Hill's Mike Toten, but Toten only clocks in at 335. Cunningham, he's a junior and weighs 340. So it's just one of those cases where he gets a hand on you, good luck getting out of that one. But nonetheless, 1:10 to go in half number 1. Moon is on top 7-3. I would say this is a surprise, but Moon is a team that is made to upset some teams, I should say. They did beat up on North Hills in Week 4, defeating the Indians 38-31. And the impressive part, it was on the road as well.
JTS 37-83.
So it's a 4th down and a punting situation for West A. Colby Stout will come on to punt the ball. But be on the lookout for a fake, especially with 70 seconds left in the first half. And Damia is one of the up men, and he could take this direct snap. So much for that as Stout shanks it, and they'll go out of bounds inside the 50.
Stout's punt goes out of bounds.
Ball be rolled out at the 47-yard line. That is not what the doctor ordered. That's a 16-yard punt by Colby Stout.
Now it was all the worth it for Moon to take their final timeout and force West A to give it the boot with just over a minute to play with the clock stopped. And now prime field position on their own 47 to start this drive. And they got about a minute to work with.
1st and 10 from the 47. If Moon scores, it's going to be really difficult for West A to come back, even though Moon is not one of those teams you would expect to beat West Allegheny. Konechka throws to the left side. The pass out of bounds, but complete to Nick Sebastian. It's almost impossible to tell from up here, but it was hauled in at the 47. It was just a matter of if Sebastian draped his feet in bounds, and head referee Chuck Costanza says he does, it's 2nd down and 4. Konechka again, this time will run up the middle. He's brought down on the play by Brett Mangold, Anthony Takis. We get a late flag thrown. One of the wide receivers was all over Guilfoyle at the end of the play, so this is going to be a personal foul. It's just a matter of who initiated it. We'll await the call. Momentarily, it's 3rd down and short, just outside of the 1st down marker. Also an injury update for Moon. Kyle Kumankowski is on crutches right now on the side of the field. Not going to come back into this game. He had a lower leg injury. But the personal foul is against Moon. That'll push the Tigers back 15 yards. So Moon digging themselves into a hole. Ball will be placed at the Moon 42. There's 43 seconds left in the first half.
3rd down for Tigers and 1.
Head coach Bob Palco wants the ball to be placed further back. He thought the penalty happened a lot closer to the play than Chuck Costanza threw the flag on. But right now it's a first down and 15 from the 42-yard line. As the referees are going to contend with Bob Palco on the side of the field. It's a new set of downs for Moon at the 42-yard line. Well, that was something.
Very interesting there.
First and 10 from the 42. Konechka over the middle, completes to Jedlocki. And Jedlocki may have picked up the first down as he's tackled by Delavade at the 47-yard line, make that the 49. It's a yard shy.
Jedlocki really did what he had to do there. He didn't get the first down, but he was able to scratch his way out of bounds and stop this clock with a tad over 30 seconds left and give Moon an opportunity to set themselves up, get a play called with quality time, and get a successful play going, hopefully.
5 receivers set again. Konechka all alone in the backfield, and he throws the middle screen to Panucci, and he's sniffed out by Mangold and Vandamia. Behind the line of scrimmage, it goes back into Moon territory. It'll be 3rd and 2. West A's defense backs up, and Konechka spikes it. 13 seconds left. Moon will get one shot on a 4th and 2 from just outside midfield.
4th down and 3.
Be sure to stick around at halftime as well. West Allegheny and Moon's marching prides will take center stage. It'll be the final time on the West Allegheny Sports Network. You will see that for the 2017 season. 4th and short. Konechka tucks it up the middle, and he picks up the first, being draped over by a couple Indians, and he's finally tackled by Nate Vislowski. Ball's going to be placed at the 42. The chains need to be set before the play can get started. The clock stops at 6.9 seconds remaining in the first half. Konechka spikes it. Clock stopped at 5.5 seconds. Play is blown dead. Mangold running the wrong way. As at this point, who knows what's going on? Mangold, it is a live ball. Mangold picks it up in the end zone. West Allegheny wants a touchdown. They thought that the ball went backwards, which would have been a fumble. A backwards lateral is a fumble, and they thought Konechka spiked it backwards, which I don't know how you do that, but it is what it is. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 42.
And after all that, a simple spike.
Convenient. Not really, but here we are. Konechka throws to the left, swatted by Mangold. 1 second left. Brent Mangold jumped up there, Matt Holmes style, and swatted it down, and Moon has one shot to go 42. You saw in the replay, Mangold has been dominating the left tackle, Nucatelli, all game long, as he got up there on the vertical to swat it down. But now Moon will try to go 42 yards on the Hail Mary attempt. West A gave up a Hail Mary in Week 5 to Kiski, and there's four cornerbacks line up at the 20. A medium pass to Panucci. Breaks out of a tackle. Slips through some more. And Panucci is dumped down by Anthony Takis after a very interesting first half. It comes to a close with Moon on top 7-3. Words cannot describe what the heck just happened, but Moon is on top 7-3 after a very confusing last minute of the first half.
Yeah, very interesting turn of events, especially on that spike. There's a lot of confusion of possibly a backwards spike.
Which I don't know how you do that in the first place, but...
No, because usually you figure with the spike it goes straight down, but certainly controversy. The play ended up all the way back at in Moon territory, all the way in Moon's end zone, where West Allegheny seemingly picked up a fumbled ball and thought to have scored, but not today. And It's 7-3 at the half.
Hockey.
We're going to send it to the Marching Pride for the last time on the West Allegheny Sports Network in 2017. Stay tuned to the halftime show. You're listening to the West Allegheny Sports Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2017 West Allegheny Marching Band Halftime Show. Our show theme this year is School of Rock and features music by Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and Led Zeppelin. Our band is under the field leadership of seniors Evan Armstrong and Katie Borgo. Our opening number was written by Steven Tyler and debuted in 1973. We will feature horn soloist Abby Leslie as we perform Aerosmith's Dream On. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy our show, School of Rock. Now we will perform Sweet Child of Mine, featuring trumpet soloist Michael Kosnick. Metallica's Master of Puppets.
I'm surprised you scored. Yeah. I was like, oh, what?
Our last song will feature trumpet soloist Morgan Swayze, trumpet duet Alex Berhosky and Amy Nolte, and trombone soloist Aaron Berg. Ladies and gentlemen, Stairway to Heaven.
It's like me and Dylan. That's the from hearing you. I was like,
Not bad.
I should get down there. And then you get the seat, the senior beer seat.
The band is under the direction of TJ Fox. We would also like to thank Al Kagini, Lou Didio, Craig Gill, Steve Groba, Christina Eisenreich, Larry Gubash, Emily Hogue, Joe Seibel, and Elena Smith for their dedication to the band. Enjoy the second half of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Band of Excellence, the Moon Area High School Marching Band. Tonight we recognize our seniors from the band program who have spent the majority of their high school years raising the level of performance with the Moon Area High School Band. We want to acknowledge those seniors now. While the seniors and their parents take the field, please give them a round of applause. Presenting Megan Anderson, accompanied by Scott and Heidi Anderson. After graduation, Megan plans to attend a 4-year university. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Anderson. Natalie Baylog, accompanied by Andrew and Sharon Baylog. After graduation, Natalie plans to attend a 4-year college or university, major in early childhood education for kindergarten through 4th grade and special education kindergarten through 8th grade. Ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Baylog. Lena Brennan, accompanied by Ed and Jill Brennan. After graduation, Lena plans to attend a 4-year college and major in elementary and special education. Lena Brennan. Lena Cords, accompanied by Thomas and Carla Cords. After graduation, Lena plans to attend a 4-year university to study accounting and hospitality management. She plans to one day own her own bakery and diner. Ladies and gentlemen, Lena Cords. Christian Cumston, accompanied by his parents, Jennifer Cumston and Robert Monahan. After graduation, Christian plans to attend Rosedale Technical College to study biodiesel mechanical engineering. Christian Cumston. Amber Diamond, accompanied by her mother, Elaine Diamond, and her brother, Nicholas. After graduation, Amber plans to attend a college or university to study criminal justice and continue with her passion playing music on the side. Ladies and gentlemen, Amber Diamond. Hunter Dodrell, accompanied by Keith and Yvonne Dodrell. After graduation, Hunter plans to attend Edinburgh University, then LECOM to pursue a degree in pharmacy. Hunter Dodrell. Louis Estemeyer, accompanied by Joe and Janet Estemeyer. After graduation, Louis plans to attend a 4-year university to study chemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Estemeyer. Michael Fennell, accompanied by Steve and Marcy Fennell. After graduation, Michael plans to attend college and pursue a degree in business. Michael Fennell. Caitlin Gill, accompanied by James and Mary Beth Gill. After graduation, Caitlin plans to attend a university and pursue a career in pharmacy or pre-med. Ladies and gentlemen, Caitlin Gill. Maddie Gopal, accompanied by Raj and Amanda Gopal. After graduation, Maddie plans to study early childhood education at Slippery Rock University. Maddie Gopal. Connor Kennedy, accompanied by Patrick and Marcy Kennedy. After graduation, Connor plans to attend California University of Pennsylvania, and major in music technology. Connor Kennedy. Max Keppel, accompanied by Andy and Kathy Keppel. After graduation, Max plans to attend Penn State University and major in mechanical engineering and minor in music. Max Keppel. Cindy Kernick, accompanied by Rob and Nancy Kernick. After graduation, Cindy plans to attend Juniata College to study biology with a minor in pre-physical therapy. She will also play on the women's varsity lacrosse team. Cindy Kernick. Carissa Mills, accompanied by her father and stepmother, Scott and Janet Mills, and her mother, Maggie Mills. After graduation, Carissa plans to attend college and pursue a career in the arts. Carissa Mills. Lydia Moran, accompanied by her parents, Lynn Coyle and Michael Moran. After graduation, Lydia plans to attend a four-year university to study architectural studies. Ladies and gentlemen, Lydia Moran. James Nurley, accompanied by Jim and Marie Nurley. After graduation, James plans to attend college to pursue his interest in music and science. James Nurley. Jacob Palmer, accompanied by Tim and Georgiana Palmer. After graduation, Jacob plans to attend a four-year university to study electrical engineering. Jacob Palmer. Emma Lee Rankin, accompanied by Todd and Marlo Rankin. After graduation, Emma plans to attend college and major in nursing and have a long career as a neonatal nurse. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Rankin. Eddie Reynolds, accompanied by Ed and Becky Reynolds. After graduation, Eddie plans to attend college to study forensic psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Reynolds. Chase Richards, accompanied by John and Tammy Richards. After graduation, Chase plans to double major in engineering and in political science, followed by law school. Chase Richards. Abby Grace Sinclair, accompanied by her parents, Lance and Tina Sinclair. After graduation, Abby plans to attend a four-year college. Abby Grace Sinclair. Sierra Souza, accompanied by her mother, Frances Lewis, and her brother, Noah Souza. After graduation, Sierra plans to attend a four-year university studying history or business. After college, she hopes to travel the world. Sierra Souza. Dirk Stathers, accompanied by Bob and Cindy Stathers. After graduation, Dirk plans to attend a university majoring in computer and programming technology. Dirk Stathers. Aaron Matthew Trundle, accompanied by Larry and Shelley Trundle. After graduation, Aaron plans to attend a four-year university program geared towards physical therapy or sports medicine. Aaron Trundle. Danny Vano, accompanied by his parents, Don Vano and Carla Collier. After graduation, Danny plans to attend a four-year university studying mathematics and education with the future goal of teaching senior high math. Danny Vano. Tiffany Elaine Vasilakis, accompanied by Gus and Christina Vasilakis. After graduation, Tiffany plans to attend a four-year university to study music education. She will be touring Central Europe in June with the Three Rivers Young People's Orchestra and will be performing with her French horn in Prague at the famous Dvorak Hall, as well as in Vienna and Budapest with the orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, Tiffany Vasilakis. Christina Von Stein, accompanied by her mother Sherry Von Stein and her brother Jonathan Von Stein. After graduation, Christina plans to attend the University of Pittsburgh to major in psychology. Christina Von Stein. Olivia Wall, accompanied by her parents Kim and Laura Wall. After graduation, Olivia plans to attend Youngstown State University to pursue a bachelor's degree in music education. Olivia Wall. Crystal Willett, accompanied by Cindy Willett. After graduation, Crystal plans to attend college to study business and accounting at either LaRoche College, Robert Morris, or Gannon University. Crystal Willett. Matt Zilonis, accompanied by Bob and Jen Zilonis. After graduation, Matt plans to pursue a degree in pharmacy and to travel the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Zilonis. And please give a warm hand to our high school band seniors. We want to take this time to say thank you, seniors, for your hard work over the last 4 years of your high school career, and we want to wish you well, and we'd like to say thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the high school seniors of the Moon Area Band of Excellence. Moon Area School District, along with the music department, would also like to take this opportunity to invite our audience and community, as well as our neighbors at West Allegheny, to a concert presented by the United States Army Field Band and Soldiers Chorus next Thursday, November 2nd at 7:30 at Moon Area High School Auditorium. It's a free concert. You just need to go to armyfieldband.com and click on tickets to get a free ticket. We hope you can attend this outstanding event.
A wild and wacky first half for this Week 9 matchup between crosstown rivals West Allegheny and Moon. The Tigers on top, 7-3. We did not see this coming as West Allegheny struggling to get anything going offensively, even though the running game has been, I don't want to say potent, but they've gotten the job done while Brady Sunday has been running rampant over the West Allegheny defense. But taking a look at other scores around the conference before we start the second half, not really much that is that big of a surprise. Woodland Hills and St. Clair are, well, they're scoreless. That was at the end of the first quarter instead of halftime, excuse me. Shaw Valley and Baldwin are at halftime, and that is a 21-10 game and a battle for pride, basically, while Fox Chapel in the lone non-conference game is beating Plum 21-7, and North Hills on top of the Hampton Talbots 14-7. But the two games that we'll be taking a look at out of the conference, Franklin Regional versus Gateway, and McKeesport is hosting Penn Trafford. Now, the scenario is this. If West Allegheny wants to play Franklin Regional, the Panthers and the Tigers both have to win or lose their respective games. Now, there is a good chance that West Allegheny will play McKeesport in the first round of the playoffs. How will that happen? If McKeesport wins and Franklin Regional loses, West A gets McKeesport in the first round, and that does not look good for West Allegheny, especially considering that even though the Tigers have 2 losses on the season, their offense is overpowered, especially with that triple option, which is nearly impossible to stop.
And as you were talking earlier today, Brandon, was about that money match that the Whippia looks for along the lines or in the first round of the playoffs. That would certainly be the money match of next week in the first round if the defending Whippia champions, who won last year on an extremely exciting, close ending against McKeesport, some would even call a controversial from the McKeesport side of things, but that would be a heck of a rematch, and what a way to start the playoff season if you're the WPIAL and can schedule that type of matchup right off the bat.
Getting back to the game on tap for you on the West Allegheny Sports Network, Moon won the opening coin toss and deferred to the second half. And considering how the Moon offense has been doing thus far, you know, this could be a chance for Moon to put this game, I don't want to say out of reach, but really hard for West Allegheny to come back, especially if West Allegheny's been struggling versus Moon in the first half. Now, credit, they are a team that usually plays good in one half and doesn't do well the other. And for West Allegheny, history will tell us that the second half will be that good half for the Indians. But Moon is playing with a chip on their shoulder, and that's exactly what they needed to do against a potent West Allegheny attack. We're starting the second half. Colby Stout will kick it off. It's a short kick that will go in between the up man and the return man. That is, the return man taking the ball is Dawson Snyder. There's a flag behind the play as he's dumped down by Nate Vislowski, Kyle Merritt, and Jake Davis. So already we have flags to begin the second half after a unusual end to the first half took place with the possible fumble that was recovered by Brent Mangle. Kind of wasn't a fumble, and the personal foul that Paul Palco wanted it to be extra yardage and at least a repeat the down instead of a 1st and 10. But a block in the back is called against Moon on the opening play of half number 2, and the Tigers will start at their own 17. Cole Konechka has had excellent coverage all game long, but West Allegheny needs to get pressure on him, force him to throw the bad pass. But Brady Sunday already up the middle. He's using his big frame to get down to the 34-yard line as he's finally dragged down by Anthony Delavate. Another good gain from the junior. He's putting in a clinic against one of the top defenses in the 5A classification. A gain of 18 on the first play from scrimmage for Moon in the second half. Ball will be placed at the 35. Sunday certainly building off of his impressive 145-yard performance last week in the win against Baldwin. 1st and 10, Konechka to Sunday, and Sunday is dragged down by Mangold, who tried to strip it, but he held on to the ball. And Sunday brought down at the 40, just outside of the tick mark. It's 2nd down and a long 5.
West Allegheny was more or less expecting Moon to spread the ball around. They've been given the Brady Sunday show thus far, and he hasn't disappointed. He's been up and down the field all day for this Moon Tigers offense.
But this time it's Konechka. Tipped by Mangold. Diving attempt by Sebastian. He can't hold on. Sebastian lost his footing trying to dive for the football. Mangold circumnavigated the ball away from the intended target, and it's 3rd down and a long 5. Moon on another 3rd down. They haven't had much success tonight on 3rd down, which is the opposite of what they've had all season long. But Konechka tucks it up the middle, sheds off a tackler, picks up the first as he's brought down by Ledford at the 47-yard line. Cole Konechka, the younger brother of Austin Konechka, who is a quarterback at Baldwin-Wallace University. The Konechka brothers transferring from Pittsburgh Central Catholic. And if they stayed on the team, they would have won a state championship and 2 Whitfield championships. But it's 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Cole Konechka is all alone in the backfield. Dunning in motion. The give is to Konechka on the read option, and he barrels his way past midfield where he's tabletop by Zach Hogue and Bryce Manley. Correction, that's just Bryce Manley on the tackle. Zach Hogue is chilling on the sideline right now. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 48-yard line for the Tigers. Moon is up 7-3 in a stunning turn of events, and Konechka will remain in the backfield all by himself. And Konechka again on the read option, and West A bites the read option and allows Konechka to pick up the 1st down inside the 40. Konechka was tackled by Vaslowski at the 38-yard line. It's a 1st down for Moon. Konechka called out West Allegheny on social media yesterday, and certainly his team is backing up his claims. Konechka gives Brady Sunday, and he's brought down by Bryce Manley right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Number 21, Kyle Guilfoyle. No gain. 2nd down and 10.
Moon's on top of West Allegheny, leading at halftime for the first time since 2006. They won that game 26-7. Mark Capuano was the coach. He's now deferred to West Allegheny for his first year as a Bob Paco assistant coach. Pass is intended on the play to Nick Sebastian. Colliers was bear hugging him all over the play, and that's a pass interference, giving Moon a free 1st down to the 23.
Yeah, Collier's all over the receiver there that time for Moon, and they're going to call that every time. Kind of got a hook around him under the arm as well, and that's going to be called every time. Moon with 15 yards and a 1st down.
So the call just getting in from head referee Chuck Costanza. The ball will be placed at the 23-yard line. Elijah Colliers, his inexperience getting in the way. He's had a pretty good season at corner, but he is prone to making mistakes like you just saw. And on 1st and 10, Konechka throwing, challenging the new cornerback Drayvon Baldwin. The pass is complete to Panucci. We haven't seen a whole lot of Panucci. He leads the entire Whippeal in receptions. He has 38 on the season. Correction, he now has 40. Picks up 7 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 3. Drayvon Baldwin with the tackle, the transfer from Woodland Hills, and the stepbrother of Byron Payne from Montour. The first carry to Jamal Littlejohn, and he's stacked up by a tribe of Indians. At the line of scrimmage, Vandamia, Guilfoyle, and Mangold. And Littlejohn gets nothing on the play. 3rd down and 3 with 8:40 to play in quarter 3. Moons played a very good game against West Allegheny. Not perfect, but enough to give him a 7-3 lead thus far. Konechka looks left the whole way. Pass is dropped by Jake Dunning, who was wide open, having a step on the safety, Ledford, and Dunning was just unable to hold on to the ball.
He was definitely open on that play, and he had enough yardage for the first down inside the 10-yard line. Would have even moved the chains for the Moon Tigers, but instead they're going to need to settle for the field goal attempt here.
Nick Morrow on to attempt a 33-yard field goal. He's 8 for 13 on field goals, so he is prone to making mistakes. And the kick nearly blocked, but the kick is up, and it splits the uprights. Moon now on top, 10-3 over West Allegheny. Thanks to the 33-yard field goal from the senior kicker, probably the best in the Allegheny 9, in Nick Morrow.
Still a solid drive there by Moon. They're working against an extremely talented defensive team in West Allegheny. Good job getting up the field, manufacturing a drive, play after play, getting the job done, converting on 3rd downs, and just like that, they've set themselves up so even if West Allegheny comes down and scores a touchdown on their next drive, or first of the second half rather, this game will only be tied instead of West Allegheny taking the lead.
Nick Morrow on to kick it off. A pair of transfer freshmen, or just a transfers, excuse me. The freshman Paul Newton, number 20, and the junior transfer, number 13, Drayvon Baldwin, back deep. Baldwin playing in his first varsity game as a West Allegheny Indian. Morrow will lay into this kick, and it's a beautiful kick. It goes in the middle of the end zone. No chance for Baldwin to take it out. It lands just outside of the A in Moon area in the end zone, and it's going to set up a 1st and 10 from the 20 for West Allegheny. The Indians offensively haven't really generated anything. They haven't gotten that big play that it's been yearning for all game long. And they have been struggling a lot, to say the least, against a Moon defensive team who is not very good defensively. But Moon's been playing tough all game long. Let's see how West A responds in the second half. This is Dante Flatty. Correction, Nico Flatty, the brother of Dante, who will take the snap. Flatty down to the 25. He's tackled by Sterator, and a pride of Tigers follow his lead for maybe a gain of 4. It's 2nd down.
24-yard line, 2nd down and 6.
2nd down and 6 from the 24-yard line for Nico Flatty, the freshman product who has already gained in 3 games as a varsity running back 163 yards heading into this game. Flatty at 70 by halftime. Direct snap, Will Weber takes his first snap under the Wildcat QB. He spins his way to the 25-yard line, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 6. You maybe wonder if Weber is brought in because West Allegheny's offense hasn't really got anything going.
I agree with that. It didn't seem like the game plan here for the Indians was to use Weber in much capacity here tonight, but now Moon on the gas pedal with a serious threat, and West stays down 7 midway through the 3rd. You need to utilize your number 1 option there at running back.
Weber remains in. He's the sidecar to Cam Cruz. Cruz has been favoring the left side to Isaiah Crow all game long. Crow hasn't had a catch thus far on 4 targets. Make it 5 targets, but the pass is taken by Noah Ledford, who snatched it out of the hands of Isaiah Crow, but it is a first down for West A. A miscommunication, but it does lead to the chains being moved to the 32-yard line. Noah Ledford gobbling up his first catch since week 1, where he had 3 catches for 19 yards in the 41-20 win against Fox Chapel. So the Indians move the chains on a 1st and 10 situation from the 32-yard line. Will Weber back in as the Wildcat QB. Weber runs up the middle, and he's spun to the turf by Frankie Sterator. No gimping in Weber's step as he jogs to the sideline to get the play call in from Bob Palka. 2nd down and 6, make that 7 from just outside the 35-yard line. Just under 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. The offense will break the huddle. Weber running to the right, gets a block from Takis, but Weber again tackled in the backfield for another big loss. That's Christian Tanner in on the stop, the junior who has taken a couple visits to Hiram University alongside Akron. Also getting in on the tackle, looks like it was Logan Young. It's 3rd down and a long 7 from just outside the 35. Another passing situation for West Allegheny, the least effective passing game in the Allegheny 9 in terms of yardage. The only team that compares is Woodland Hills, who averages about 60 yards a game. Cam Cruz drops back, being chased out of the pocket, and Cruz is going to be brought down for a sack. Frankie Sterator in on the sack. The son of Gene Sterator, the NFL referee, the Peyton Manning of NFL referees, I should say. And it's 4th down and 8.
Sterator just leading a collapsed pocket there for West Allegheny. Cam Cruz was given some decent amount of time, another coverage sack. He was given 4 or 5 seconds to throw there, but the pocket just collapsed underneath him, and West A forced to punt yet again.
4th down and 8. Ball is at the 34. Colby Stout will punt. And it's another bad punt from Stout. This one even worse than the first time he shanked it. That was a net yard, 8-yard punt. The ball's going to be spotted at the 43-yard line.
The West A defense really needs to step up here. This is a very crucial part of the game. Right now, Moon's in a position where if they get up the field just a little bit, about 20 yards, they're in field goal range and can really distance themselves from West Allegheny if they make this even a 13-3 game with the amount of trouble West Allegheny's had so far in this game in terms of moving the football down the field.
And it's been shocking, too. You wouldn't expect West Allegheny to struggle this much against a Moon team, but Konechka over the middle, the pass complete to the senior tight end, Nick Robes, who picks up the 1st down. Robes, his first catch of the season, and it picks up about 13 yards to make that 14 to the 29.
Nick Robes, 17 on tackle for the Indians. Noah Ledford.
Moon moves the chains yet again. The Tigers have dominated this game, which is something I know I wasn't imagining me saying.
That makes 2 of us, my friend.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. This is a Wildcat situation. Jamal Littlejohn takes the snap, runs left. Anthony Totkis drags him down, where the play was finished up by Nate Vezlowski. That's a gain of about 3 to make it 2nd down and 7 from the 26-yard line. There's 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. We got here with a 36-yard run by Brady Sunday in the 2nd quarter and a 33-yard field goal by Nick Morrow. West Allegheny, the early points came off of a 24-yarder by Colby Stout. But Anthony Panucci on the jet sweep again is sniffed out by Van Damia, the superstar junior. Brings him down for a 2-yard loss to make it 3rd down and 10. Second time the Moon offense has gone to that jet sweep to Panucci, and the second time Van Damia brings him down for a loss. 3rd and 10, Konechka leads his offense out on the field. It's been the Brady Sunday show, which is unusual because Sunday, he isn't a bad running back, but before week 8, he was struggling to gain any yardage. It's been Konechka all season long, and it's going to be Konechka on this play. Throwing to the right side, completing the pass to the wide receiver. Over to the right side to Ortiz, Anthony Ortiz, as a matter of fact. And he was tackled by Paul Newton on the right side, and Moon's on to attempt another field goal. This one from 40 yards out on the right hash. Nick Morrow already had a 33-yarder, and watching Morrow in practice, this is well within his field goal range. His career long is 42. Snap is good, hold down, kick is up by Morrow, and this kick, that'll have been good from 50 yards out. Morrow gives Moon a 13-3 lead with 2:20 to play in the 3rd quarter.
That's one of two things. Number one, that's the biggest play of this game thus far. Number two, that's a lot of faith that Moon has in their kicker, Nick Morrow. From 40 yards away, that's a long field goal, especially from high school standards. It gives Moon a 2-possession lead. As Morrow misses that, West Allegheny is given pretty good field position. So risky play there from Moon, but it pays off, and they've been rewarded now up 2 possessions on the defending WPIAL Class 5A champions.
So Morrow has been the player of the game thus far, at least in terms of points. Brady Sunday has carried the load offensively, at least in the first half. He's had a couple nice runs against his West Allegheny defense, and the Indians, they haven't really done anything during this game. But Newton and Baldwin back deep to receive this kick from Morrow, but this one is going to go in the end zone again. Nick Morrow solidifying himself as one of the best kickers in the entire 5A classification, and as a matter of fact, all of the Whippeal. He's got the size, too. He's a big fellow, especially considering he's a kicker. It's 6 foot, 225 pounds. Considering that, that's about how much I weigh, and I do not look like a kicker. And his body type is basically like mine, so that says a lot about Nick Morrow. 1st and 10 from the West State 20. Cam Cruz will take the snap. He throws the screen. The pass complete to Jake Davis. And Davis trying to drag the Tigers down to the 31. He's dragged out by Ramon Dean. We haven't called his name too much as he gets in on the action. But West A gets the first down to the 31.
11-yard gain, so it's a 1st and 10 for the Indians on run.
West Allegheny needs to get moving and quickly. There's 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Wrapping him down from behind, and it's an 8-yard gain. Climb its way back into this game.
As you saw in West Allegheny, as you said earlier in the broadcast, Allegheny 9 conference so far this season, just a lot of really tight ball games, but West Allegheny typically finding a way to win those games. This is certainly not what anybody expected here with Moon out to a 10-point lead as we begin play in the 4th quarter.
Again, we apologize for the inconvenience. We've been having technical difficulties here in this 3rd quarter, which kind of sums up how West Allegheny's been playing all game long. They're down 13-3 against Moon. The Tigers looking for the first win against West Allegheny since 2006 when Mark Capuano was the head coach. He's now a West Allegheny assistant coach. While the Indians are just trying to avoid the upset and go into the playoffs with momentum especially considering they're probably going to play either Franklin Regional or McKeesport, which is bad news, especially the way they're playing right now. And we got some confusion already, as looks like Bob Palco was trying to get some explanation from Chuck Costanza, our head referee, over something. We can't tell from what up here. Again, the third quarter for West Allegheny was a disaster. The Indians defensively have been bending, and they're at the point now where they're starting to crack. Moon is trying to take advantage. They're up 13-3. They got a pair of field goals from kicker Nick Morrow. Moon is trying to get a win on senior night. New quarterback, this is Zach Jedlocki coming in, and he will run to the right side. Jedlocki hit hard on the play by Anthony Delavade. Jedlocki is well short of the first down. He might not have gained anything. It's 4th down and 5.
Huge stop there from the West Allegheny defense. A very experienced and consistent over the years team on defense, and they got a huge stop on that play, forcing Moon to likely punt here on 4th and 5, trying to get the ball back down. Still a reasonable amount of 10 points early in the 4th.
Sebastian will punt. He's a very accurate punter. And this is going to be fair caught by Ledford, but it's at the 14. So West Allegheny is 86 yards away from making this a one-possession game. And at this point, this is the drive of the game for West Allegheny. They're down a lineman. Bryce Manley went down with an ankle injury. We haven't seen him back, so we don't know if he's going to come back in or not. And West Allegheny needs to drive 86 yards to get this within a score.
And it's one of those ones you at least need points. A field goal would even suffice. You got to make this a one-possession game no matter what if you're West Allegheny.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. This is Nico Flatty set to take this snap. Flatty up the middle. And he picks up good yardage already down to the 24-yard line. He was brought down awkwardly on the play by Christian Tanner, the junior. And it's just short of the first down to make it 2nd down and less than a yard.
Good job by Flatty there, keeping his legs churning. They had him to about a 2 or 3 yard gain, but Flatty was able to keep those legs moving and pick up about 9 yards and set up a very short 2nd down attempt for the Indians.
Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties we've been experiencing over the third quarter. It's been summing up how West Allegheny's been playing thus far. 13-3, they trail the Moon. Cam Cruz rolls out, looking for Vandamia, and he chucks it down the field, and the pass is out of the reach of Vandamia on the sideline. Moon got a pair of field goals by Nick Morrow from 33 and 40 yards out, respectively. Moon's been driving down the field and having their way with the West A defense, while the offense, on the other hand, hasn't really generated anything. They've come out and have laid an egg thus far, and they need to change things quickly with 10:28 to play in the 4th quarter. We're here at Moon Tiger Stadium for the final West Allegheny Sports Network production of the season. Brendan Rossi and Mitch Montani on the call for you. 3rd and short. Flatty will take the snap. Flatty up the middle, and he got the first down, and now it's just about fighting for extra yardage. He's brought down to the 27 as Eunice gets in on the stop. He made the initial hit, and West Allegheny will move the chains. That's a good start, but the Indians don't have the clock on their side. There's 10:15 to go in the game. Cam Cruz out on the field. He's going to take this snap. Whether it's a rollout or a run is yet to be determined. And it's a keeper up on the right side. Cruz tries to elude a couple of Tigers, but he's hit hard on the play by Anthony Panucci. That's a gain of about 5.5, and it's 2nd down. Cameron Cruz, rushing the ball, has had one of his better games, probably his best game rushing the ball, which is very surprising. You don't really know Cruz as a scrambling quarterback, but he's certainly shown that he can make plays with his feet as well, as the Indians will take a timeout.
Well, I think a big thing for Moon in this game, now we talked about prior to the game that West Allegheny wasn't a team that usually explodes for big plays, but Moon certainly hasn't allowed it either. Flatty has had the biggest run of this game, only 41 yards. Now that's a big play, but Moon for the most part has not let West Allegheny get out of their reach so far in terms of making big plays down the field, and that's been the storyline so far in keeping this West Allegheny offense, limiting them to only 3 points on the day, and a 10-point lead here early on in the fourth.
Now, looking at other games in the 5A classification, specifically from the Big East, these are the two games that I know I've been looking at personally, because one of these games, West Allegheny will play one of these teams, I should say. It's either going to be Franklin Regional or McKeesport. Now, Franklin Regional is getting blown out right now. 33-10 is the score against Gateway. McKeesport's up by 3 over Penn Trafford in the beginning of the fourth quarter. 20-17 the score. So if McKeesport wins, the Tigers are going to play West Allegheny in the first round more than likely. As Nico Flatty gets dumped down immediately, there's a flag behind the play, and this is probably a hold. That's what the flag is in the vicinity of. As Flatty's down at the 40, make that the 36-yard line. A sloppy game all around, especially from West Allegheny. The Indians are down 13-3 over to Moon, I should say. Now, West Allegheny has qualified for the playoffs, but again, it's just a matter of who they're going to play in the next round. The flag is on Moon. It's a chop block against the Tigers, so a call goes West Allegheny's way, and now the Indians have a little bit of leverage on this drive. Wow, this is a long penalty down. The ball's going to be placed, still going to the Moon 33-yard line. I think there were 2 personal foul penalties. There was a chop block before the play ended, and at the end, there was extracurriculars between Littlejohn and Totkis. I believe the referee caught that, and there's 2 personal fouls on Moon, which would trigger the huge penalty by Moon. And this is a gift for West Allegheny. Cameron Cruz up the middle, and he gets down inside the 30. To about the 29, as he's tackled by Army West Point commit Nick Kotok at the 30-yard line. Nick Kotok, as I mentioned, an Army West Point commit, one of the better linemen in the entire conference. He also had offers from schools such as Columbia, Dartmouth, Colgate, Georgetown, UPenn, Maryland, and others. 2nd down and 5. Nico Flatty on the right side. He's got really good yardage, but there's a behind the play. Ball spotted at momentarily the 20-yard line. But now it's going to depend on what the penalty is. It's a hold against the Indians. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot, pushing West A to the 37. There's 8:28 to go in the game. West Allegheny trails 13-3 over an upset-minded Moon Tiger team. It's a cold night here at Moon Tiger Stadium and the West Allegheny sideline. It feels freezing over there. It must, at least. It's 2nd down and long from the 37. Weber is in the backfield. He fakes it. Will throw the backward screen to Flatty, and Flatty takes a hit on the far sideline. Somehow he gets up without being damaged, but he took a whale of a hit on the far side of the field.
Loss of 2, 3rd down. The Indians have your 39-yard line.
It's now 3rd down and should be, yeah, it's 3rd down and 14 from the 39-yard line. As there's a timeout on the play. Flatty somehow held on to the ball, which the clock normally should move. There wasn't a timeout signaled. As Coach Ryan Lynn from Moon, he's very upset right now with something. We'll have to reposition everything. It's when we come back, it's 3rd and 15 from the 39. Just over 8 minutes to go in the game. Clock should be starting. And they start on the snap. Cam Cruz unloads to the right side. The pass is caught. Touchdown, West Allegheny. That's Will Weber on the reception from 39 out, and West Allegheny's back in it.
Huge play that time from West Allegheny. Will Weber, in attempt to overthrew a target earlier in the game, missing West Allegheny out on a touchdown, and he exchanges that for a catch here midway through the 4th to get the Indians right back in it. It's a 4-point game, extra point to come.
So West Allegheny, they line up the swinging gate for the 2-point conversion, and now they're going to huddle back up, probably to attempt the extra point. Right now it's 13-9, and that may have been the play of the game for West Allegheny. Cam Cruz just launched a bullet to Will Weber from 39 yards out. A beautiful pass there, and West Allegheny is back into it right now. So West Allegheny will attempt the extra point. Colby Stout has missed a few extra points. He's missed 4 on the season, and West A certainly doesn't want to make it 5. Snap down, a kick is up, and the extra point is good. It's a 3-point game with 7:52 to play in the 4th quarter. Now it's up to the defense to get a stop on the Moon rushing attack, which has ran all over West Allegheny thus far. But the Indians may have gotten some life regenerated back into them after that huge pass play from Cam Cruz to Will Weber.
Absolutely. That's just what West Allegheny needed. They needed a big play, and they finally got one. Even though it comes midway through the 4th, they still have an opportunity to stop this Moon offense, which West Allegheny's had a great defense all season long. There's no reason to believe the Indians can't come up with a huge stop here on the Moon offense and get the ball back only down a field goal.
You can hear to the side of us the Moon faithful getting into it. They have a chance to upset West Allegheny. They're up by 3, but the Indians now have the momentum. Colby Stout will kick it away. Back deep, the return men, Ramon Dean, Luke Piccolo, and Zach Jedlocki. And this one's going to go into the waiting hands of Luke Piccolo. And Piccolo down to the 25. He's bottled up by Isaac Longstreth. He's been a force on special teams for West Allegheny this season. And Moon starts at the 24. The West Allegheny side of the field has been rejuvenated, seemingly a lot more lively on the far side of the field. They're down by 3, but the pass play could have given West Allegheny all the momentum. Let's see how the defense responds to Cole Konechka and company. But no Brady Sunday out in the field. It's Anthony Panucci in the backfield. Konechka over the middle, the pass wide open. Brady Sunday on Isaiah Crow. Sunday to the 10, to the 5, and Sunday's in for the touchdown. A 76-yard pass completion from Konechka to Brady Sunday. He got behind the West Allegheny defense, and Moon may have just iced this game.
Just a phenomenal play there. Brady Sunday broke right behind that West Allegheny secondary, and he was on his way. And not at all what West Allegheny wanted. After scoring a touchdown of their own, Moon gets the points right back. Extra point to come. They're already up 9.
Morrow's extra point up and good. And Moon gets all the momentum right back. A defensive gap committed by Isaiah Crow on the pass play to Brady Sunday. And Sunday has taken over this game. Just when you think West Allegheny had all the momentum, Moon snatches it away, and the Tigers are back up 10 points with 7:35 to play in the game. Also a scoring update in the Allegheny 9. Woodland Hills and Upper St. Clair were scoreless until Woodland Hills got on the board first. A 26-yard touchdown pass, 6-0 to score with 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Now keep in mind, if West Allegheny loses this game and Woodland Hills wins at Upper St. Clair, then West Allegheny would remain in second place because they have the head-to-head tie over Woodland Hills. Let's see how the next 7 minutes and 35 seconds pan out as Morrow, a sky-high kick, but Drayvon Baldwin's going to have a chance to do something. Down to the 6, and Baldwin has some space. Baldwin to the 40-yard line, to the 50. Baldwin has the kicker to beat, and Baldwin's chased out of bounds inside the 40. Drayvon Baldwin, he wasn't even on the roster when the season began. He transfers in and makes an impact on special teams.
West Allegheny now in again prime field position after a great kickoff return. A pretty wild game thus far, but they have an opportunity, even with a field goal or a touchdown like they did their last possession, can again make this a one-score game.
1st and 10 from the 41. The offense has struggled to generate anything. See how they do here on a 1st and 10. It's Weber up the middle, now cuts to the right. Gets a huge block from Vandamia. And Weber's down about the 33-yard line. Vandamia very close to a holding call, but no call made on the play. It's now 2nd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Weber again will take the snap. Weber off the right end, picks up the first down, spinning his way past some tacklers, and Weber is brought down by Christian Tanner, and a flag will be generated on Moon. Anthony Takis triggered the penalty. It's going to be a personal foul on Moon. Admittedly, it was a flop by Takis, but he did what he had to do to pick up 15 free yards. Correction, now they're going to wave the flag. Nonetheless, it is a first down. The ball will be placed at the 28. The West A faithful not very happy, but with the same token, you got to admit Takis did flop there.
Most certainly, and I think one of the refs may have overruled another, and just like that, the flags were waved off, and we're right back to where we were as the chain gang needs to get reset here. They finally do before we can run this play. Another issue is that West Allegheny does not have time on their side right now. If that clock continues to run, they're a slow-moving team typically down the field, and they don't want this clock to keep rolling, and it's going to limit their chances of coming back.
Yeah, the odds are not in their favor as the clock is stopped at 6:37 to go in the regulation. Chuck Costanzo is talking with his officials on the field, probably about the time. But West Allegheny does have 2 timeouts remaining, so in that token, they do kind of have an advantage. But still, like you said, they are a slow-moving team, very methodical, And West State needs a big play right here. They got the big play with the pass play to Cam Cruz to Will Weber, but the problem was the very next play, Moon went 76 for the touchdown. Now, Bob Palco is talking to Chuck Costanzo, which delays the time even further. Now the clock will resume. The clock was reset to 6:40 as Weber runs to the right. Weber squeezes through a tackle. Down to the 16-yard line he goes. It's a first down for West A.
Will Weber running like a man on a mission right now, breaking a bunch of Moon tacklers, getting a first down, stopping the clock until the next play, and doing exactly what West Allegheny needed him to do on that last one.
Weber again. Up the middle. Weber spinning his way inside the 10. Makes a move. There's a flag down as Weber is going to fall forward to the goal line. He's down at the 1. We'll wait to see what the call is. It is going to be on West Allegheny initially. Hogan, Vandamia raising their hands saying, "What did I do?" Well, you gave a penalty to West A. It's a hold. It's 10 yards from the spot, and instead of being placed at the 1, it's second down. Make that first down and 12 from the 19. An unusual game going on at Moon Tiger Stadium. West Allegheny trails 20-10 to the Moon Tigers. Weber again drops back, looking to the left side. The pass is nearly palmed by Vandamia. He couldn't hold on. That pass was a little far outside for Vandamia to handle. And it's second down and 19.
Second down and 12.
Make that second and 12 from the 19, excuse me. In terms of time of possession in the fourth quarter, West Allegheny has dominated, but the scoreboard doesn't say otherwise. The Indians need to get into the end zone here. Or at least here, a field goal puts them within a score. So we'll have to see what happens there. Cruz looking to Crow. The pass is too low for the 6'6 senior. Cruz has been struggling all year long on the slant patterns, and you see there it was too far at his legs, and it hit the ground before Crow can get a hold onto it.
Yeah, that one was on Cam Cruz there. Crow has dropped a couple of passes, as you've earlier mentioned in this game, but that one's simply too low for him to haul in.
It's now third down and 12. This could be the play that West Allegheny needs. Look for Vandamia again. Again to Vandamia in the end zone. Double covers the passes over the head of the junior. So now it's decision time. Do you go for the field goal from 36 yards out, or do you go for it on 4th and 12? And it looks like they're going to go for the field goal. Colby Stout's career long is 28 yards. This is a 35-yard field goal from the left hash. This is huge for West Allegheny if they want to get back into this game. Colby Stout, he's always wanted to be a kicker, and now he has a chance. Stout from the left hash. The kick is up, and it's good. A 36-yard field goal from Colby Stout, his career long. And West Allegheny is a possession away from tying it up.
Huge, huge kick there from Stout. Can't say enough. If he misses that, West Allegheny's in dire trouble. Being down 2 possessions with under 6 minutes to go, with the way this offense has struggled to move the ball against Moon tonight, would be extremely hard to come back from. But now you're down only 1 possession once again. Your defense, who has had your back all year long, is going to get another opportunity to try to shut down this Moon offensive attack and get you the ball back, only down a possession, and try to make something happen. Give your quarterback Cam Cruz a shot to get down the field and try to tie this thing up.
Score update elsewhere. Penn Trafford has taken a 4-point lead over McKeesport. It's 24-20 with just a little over 4 minutes to go in the game. We got another good one here at Moon Tiger Stadium, unexpectedly, but albeit I'll take it for the last game of the season that we will be broadcasting on the West Allegheny Sports Network. Stout will boom it down to Anthony Panucci, who catches it on the run. Backs up from the 1, goes to the outside, sheds a tackle, strings it, and is bumped out of bounds on the play inside of the 20-yard line. That's Kyle Guilfoyle making the stop at the 17. So West Allegheny, their defense needs to come up huge. There's no two bones about it. Come up huge, get the ball back, and drive down the field. That's the game plan. West Allegheny cannot afford any mistakes defensively on this drive. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Konechka will fake it, pass to the left side, complete on that left side. Hauling in that pass is Anthony Ortiz. And Ortiz is brought down at the 20-yard line on the far side to bring up a second down, and we'll call it 7. Time again not on West A's favor. They're down by 7 with 5:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Konechka has a 4-receiver set, and Brady Sunday is to the left. Konechka, screen pass to Sunday. It's sniffed out by West Allegheny. What a stop there on the play by the West Allegheny defense. Nate Vislowski coming up huge, sniffing it out, and it's 3rd and long.
That's back-to-back screen passes that West Allegheny's defensive front has sniffed out absolutely to perfection. And now the ball's in West A's court to try and stop Moon on this 3rd down and get the ball back with a couple minutes left.
A couple translates to 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. 20-13 to score. Moon is on top of West Allegheny. And Moon will run the clock down and will call a timeout. 4:19 remaining in regulation. Moon is trying to hold on to this 20-13 lead over West Allegheny, but the Indians have had a hitch for keeping it close with seemingly everyone. West Allegheny has not won a game by more than 4 touchdowns this season. As a matter of fact, 2 of their games this season went to overtime. That was the Week 2 win against North Hills and the Week 6 loss for the section championship to Upper St. Clair. This game has no effect on the playoff seedings, to my knowledge. If Upper St. Clair loses and West Allegheny wins, they share the section championship as St. Clair gets the higher seeding in the playoffs because of the head-to-head. Now, if West Allegheny loses and Woodland Hills wins, again, they split second place, but West A has the head-to-head. They get second place. It's 3rd and 9. Konechka drops back. Looking over the middle, pass is complete to Jed Lockie for the 1st down. Jed Lockie had a step on Gallant, got in front of him, nothing he could do, and Moon moves the chains. It's 1st down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Moon is trying to milk the clock down. There's under 4 minutes to go. They have a 20-13 lead. But as we've seen all season long, crazy things have happened. Expect another crazy ending tonight. Konechka on the draw, up the middle, breaks it open, down to the 50, and he's caught from behind on the play by Anthony Delavade inside West State territory, and Moon again moves the chains. It's a 1st down for the Tigers.
47-yard line. Check that. He knocked it back on a 49-yard line still. Indian First and 10 Tigers.
Moon will move the chains again. They now have the ball at the 49 with 3.5 to go in the game. Moon has been eliminated from playoff contention. At this point, if they win this game, they get a share for 5th place with North Hills, who last we checked was on top of Hampton 14-7. And the handoff off the middle goes to Brady Sunday, his first carry in seemingly a long time. And West Allegheny has to burn a timeout. They have no other choice. The ball's placed at the 47-yard line.
West Allegheny also moving into mentality right now, trying to force a turnover. You see all their defenders reaching in, trying to rip the ball out of whoever's running the ball for Moon, trying to force a late game fumble. Be a lot easier for that than to force a punt to get the ball back in West Allegheny's court. But Moon, another pretty productive drive, getting the ball down the field and putting them in prime position to ice this thing out.
Yeah, West Allegheny has got touchdown passes from Cam Cruz to Will Weber, a 39-yarder, and 2 field goals off of the leg of Colby Stout. He made a career-long 36-yarder, while Nick Morrow made 2 field goals of his own, 33 and 40 yards out respectively. And they also got a long touchdown reception from Konechka to Brady Sunday and a 36-yard run from the junior running back. Konechka fakes to Sunday. Over the middle, pass is broken up by Kyle Guilfoyle, intended for Nick Sebastian. Guilfoyle much smaller than Sebastian. Guilfoyle is 5'9", Sebastian 6'4", but size doesn't matter on that play. Guilfoyle got a hand on it. It's 3rd down and 8 from the 47. Moon has already converted a couple 3rd downs in the second half. They converted their most recent one on this drive. So West Allegheny needs to get this 3rd down stop and get the ball back and get moving. Konechka up the middle, breaks it open to the 30, down to the 25, and he's undercut at the 24-yard line. Kyle Guilfoyle brings him down, but Konechka moves the chains to the 24. It's a 1st down.
It also puts Moon in field goal range here, and a field goal would really be detrimental to West Allegheny's hopes. It would make it a 2-possession game, and that's the situation Moon wants to put themselves in, and they have here very late in the 4th.
Morrow has a chance to ice this. There's 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the game. Konechka gives to Sunday up the middle, and Sunday barreling to the 15. Vislowski with a shoestring tackle, but it's a gain of 9 for Sunday. The West Allegheny faithful already piling out. It's looking almost impossible for West Allegheny to come back. And Moon again will take their time. There's no need to rush. They're well within Nick Morrow's field goal range. If they couldn't go any further, this is a 32-yarder, his shortest of the day. Konechka fumbles the snap, and it's picked up by West Allegheny. Nico Flatty walked it out of the sky, and West stays in business at the 21. What in the world just happened?
I don't know, but it's one of those situations you wonder why you're not snapping the ball from under center there. It forced a fumble. You have to do a shotgun snapping just like that. We thought West Allegheny was out of it. We thought they were left for dead. Now they have their chance to get down the field on this Moon defense, only down a touchdown late in the 4th.
1:47 to go in regulation. Cam Cruz has a chance to be the hero. Lead his team down the field, 79 yards. Tie this game up with your crosstown rival. Cruz throws right side the pass. It's incomplete. Intended on the play for Jake Davis, and it's 2nd down. The passing game has been ineffective all season long for West Allegheny. and that's something that the Indians need to change quickly. But we have an injured Moon Tiger on the far side of the field. So West Allegheny will converge back to the huddle. We got a crazy game going on here at Moon Tiger Stadium. Another update, 1:16 to go in the game. McKeesport leads Penn Trafford 27-24. So that means that if Franklin Regional loses, which is very likely considering that it was 33-10 last time we checked, and McKeesport hangs on to win, it'll more than likely be West A and McKeesport in the first round of the playoffs. That's not confirmed. We'll know by Monday, but at least if the playoffs shape out like at least I think they're going to be, it'll be a West A McKeesport match in the first round, and that's not good.
No, it's not. But I guess if you're the Whippeal and you're looking at it, as you referred to earlier, as the money game or the money match, that's exactly what they get in a West Allegheny and McKeesport Whippeal Championship 2016 rematch. It'd be quite the show over at West Allegheny. West A likely hosting that game. I'm pretty sure they've already clinched home field advantage in the first round of the Whippeal playoffs.
They have. They're at least going to be the number 2 seed, regardless of how this match turns out. The Indians are looking to slay the Moon Tigers, and they have 1:43 to tie it up. Cam Cruz drops back, flushed out of the pocket. He needs to get out of there, and Cruz is brought down at the 24. He eluded the pressure, gained some yardage, but Marcus Duncan prevents Cruz from getting any more. It's 3rd down and 7. West Allegheny gets back up to the line, trying to catch the Moon Tiger defense napping. 1:15 to go. Cruz drops back, looking down the right side. The pass is tipped, and it's intercepted by Brady Sunday. And Sunday gets inside the 10 to the 5, and Sunday has a pick 6. Brady Sunday, the hero of the game, and Moon has upset West Allegheny.
What a play by Brady Sunday. Going up with one hand, snagging the intended pass from Cam Cruz, breaking about 8 tackles as he was on his way to the goal line, pounding his way in. Moon, what an incredible upset here tonight against the Indians.
Nick Morrow's kick is up and good. The West Allegheny faithful piles out of the stadium, and that's because their team is down 27-13. There's a minute left to go, and that's pretty much the nail in the coffin. That's exactly what West Allegheny didn't need to do. And Cruz throwing the interception deep in their own territory. Sunday, an incredible one-handed interception. And Moon will stun West Allegheny in the final game of the season. Moon playing with a chip on their shoulder, and they certainly played like it tonight. Moon, they won't make the playoffs, but they have a game to remember to close out the 2017 season.
And if anything, also maybe a 2018 Moon Tigers preview. We mentioned how many times, you as well, that this team is on the upward track. This game certainly proves that from all measures, and I think the Tigers are certainly going to be a team to look out for in 2018.
Absolutely, and if Brady Sunday plays like how he has tonight, watch out next year. As Nick Morrow with the pooch kick, it's going to be taken by Kyle Guilfoyle on the fair catch, and the Indians will take over from the 27-yard line.
Kyle Guilfoyle. Indians will take over 1st and 10.
So West Allegheny will take over from the 28-yard line, but this game is pretty much over. The Indians, they have not played well all game long, and it certainly showed tonight. They're down 27-13 to the Moon Tigers, and nobody saw this coming.
Absolutely not. And as you just mentioned, Brandon, it isn't like West Day outplayed Moon. Moon won this game through all aspects. They were great running the ball. They were great throwing it when they had to. Got some big kicks from Morrow. All-around win for this Moon Tigers team.
Cam Cruz drops back, looking to the right side. The pass snagged by Jake Davis. Davis cuts up the middle of the field, now goes to the left. Gets a block from Crow, and Davis runs out of bounds at the 35. So West Allegheny has a first down at the Moon 37. The clock is stopped at 53 seconds.
Tigers, 37-yard line.
West Allegheny now down to the 37-yard line. They're down by 14. We have seen a similar situation to this in 2012. West Allegheny was down by 10 to Blackhawk and scored 2 touchdowns in 45 seconds. So we'll see if history repeats itself unless Moon holds on for the victory. Cruz corks one down the middle of the field. Malcolm Johnson draped all over Crow. It's an easy pass interference call against Moon.
Cruz's pass. And incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
So West Allegheny will be pit at the 22. Certainly within striking range. As most of the crowd is starting to pile out from both sides. Moon having a game to remember against West Allegheny. Now the Indians, it's back to the drawing board. They, at this point, you just got to go back to the drawing board and just get ready for the playoffs. But let's see if they can strike and possibly get the onside kick. Cam Cruz again, flushed out, runs left, and Cruz takes an awkward slide down to the 22. His leg got caught up underneath him, and Cruz just bounced his way to the 23-yard line. 38 seconds to go in the game. West Allegheny more than likely will finish the season 7-2, 5-2 in the Allegheny 9. Now, right now, St. Clair does have a lead on Woodland Hills 7-6, but if Woodland Hills wins, they share second place with West Allegheny at 5-2 in the conference. West Allegheny would have the head-to-head, so theoretically they should have the higher seed than Woodland Hills, but again, anything can happen in the WPIAL playoffs. Moon is a team that is known to trap some people. Moon's a trap game, and it certainly showed tonight.
Most certainly, Brandon. This Moon team has had some weird wins and some weird losses. North Hills was expected to be a playoff team prior to this season. Moon got the win over them in stunning fashion, and obviously this one would be the biggest stunner of them all if they can knock off the defending WPIAL Class 5A champions. But then they also dropped some tougher games to teams like Char Valley, who's going to finish in the bottom 2 in the conference. So it's been an up and down year for Moon. This would certainly be the ending on a high note.
40 seconds now showing on the clock. Cam Cruz drops back. Now down in the middle of the field. One-handed catch by Vandamia. What a snag by the junior down the 4-yard line.
What a catch by Vandamia as he appears to be injured on the play as well.
Yeah, Vandamia took a whale of a hit. Let's hope he's okay. Take a look at the replay. He got hit pretty hard by Ramon Dean on the catch. Vandamia is clutching his chest right now. And that's a huge loss if West Allegheny were to score. And if obviously they're going to have to go for the onside kick, and if they get it, then Vandamia would be a huge loss to the receiving corps. He's the leading receiver for this West Allegheny team, and it's not even close. 21 catches coming into the game, 345 yards, 3 touchdowns with a long of 73. His career, he has 58 catches for 951 yards with 9 touchdowns. He was second team all-conference last season. And his sister Sienna watching all the way down in New Mexico like she has been all season long. And Vandamia walks back down to the sideline. So coming back, it's 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. West Allegheny trying to get back into this game, even though it's unlikely that West Allegheny will win. 1st and goal from the 4. Cruz flushed out, runs up the middle. He's sacked on the play by Frankie Sterator. Sterator, the son of Gene Sterator, makes the play. It's 2nd and goal from the 5. Cruz on the no huddle. Flushed out again and fakes the pass. And Cruz, tightrope in the sideline, dives to the 2. And he's out of bounds. There's 9 seconds left. It's mathematically impossible that West Allegheny will, if they score and go for the onside kick, it's pretty much impossible for them to come back.
Yeah, now you're running into a logistical time issue. Even if West A is to score, you're looking at 4, maybe 5 seconds after an onside kick. Who knows if that will expire the clock itself. If you have a second left to play, it's a massive issue here late.
Cruz passes to the end zone. It is in the back of the end zone. Is it complete? Yes, it is for the touchdown. Isaiah Crow tiptoed his way into the end zone. That's his first receiving touchdown of the season and of his career. And West Allegheny now down by 8, 27-19. Looking to tack on the extra point and go for the onside kick and then just heave one. But it's a 99.9% chance that Moon's going to walk away victorious. Kick is up, and it's good. So now it's down to the onside kick to see what's going to happen in the final 5 seconds.
I mean, you run into an issue where you're forced to make a play that's really hard to accomplish anyway in the onside kick. Moon's going to be ready for it. Then West Allegheny is going to need to conduct this play at around 4 seconds only going off the clock. And even if all of those things go West A's way, you're looking at only one extremely long pass, likely from Cam Cruz, and an attempt to Hail Mary to tie this thing up.
Stick around after the game, ladies and gentlemen, for some season highlights, and we'll have a chance to recognize our entire West Allegheny Sports Network crew that we've been providing games for you all season long. This will be the final game that we will broadcast for you. We will not have the right to do the playoffs that start next week. And here comes the onside kick. Stout, running kick. And who else to cover it up? It's Brady Sunday. Brady Sunday played like a man on a mission tonight, and he's the sole reason why Moon upset West Allegheny here tonight.
No doubt, Brandon. He was all over the field, got big runs down the field when he needed to get them, caught big passes when he needed to, and even got the game-winning interception that pretty much put this thing in the bag. He's done it all for Moon, and he's certainly going to be a spark in 2018 and one to watch as a extremely talented senior.
Moon will go in victory formation. That means the game is over. West Allegheny falls to 7-2, 5-2 in Allegheny 9 conference play. It's the first time West Allegheny has lost to Moon since 2006, and the second time Moon has beat West Allegheny in 20 years. So this regular season ends on a downer, but West Allegheny now has the playoffs to look forward to. Whether it be Franklin Regional, whether it be McKeesport, has yet to be determined, but a huge win for the Moon football program, and they pretty much solidified themselves as probably the next big rival for West Allegheny.
No doubt. You already have the distance between these two teams being so close, and you move on now to a game that's likely going to decide a lot of things next year. This year, obviously not the circumstance Moon wanted, being out of the playoff hunt when they pulled off this upset, but next year expect the Moon Tigers to be around in playoff contention come this time of year. They're certainly a team to watch. But West Allegheny's got to move immediately to get this game out of their heads and move on to playoff mode coming up next week.
And there's a final score, and pretty much it's been not West Allegheny's day, and it certainly proved tonight because also McKeesport beat Penn Trafford. So more than likely, it's West Day and McKeesport in the first round of the WPIAL playoffs. Mitch, what are your thoughts on that?
If the Whippeal was looking for a matchup that will draw a lot of people's attention and bring a lot of eyes and media coverage to West Allegheny next week, they certainly got it. If that is, in fact, what's going to take place next week with McKeesport traveling to West Allegheny, it's going to be quite the game to watch, a Whippeal Championship rematch. McKeesport coming in on a high, West Allegheny coming in on a low. Be very interesting next week.
Absolutely, but this is the final time that we'll be able to broadcast for you on the West Allegheny Sports Network. We hope you enjoyed our coverage all season long, even though the regular season didn't end out the way that the Indians wanted, but West Allegheny in this game will have to look forward to the playoffs. And once again, thank you for tuning in all season long on the West Allegheny Sports Network from the bottom of all of our hearts. It really means a lot. We started this last year as an experiment during the Hampton game, and it kind of ballooned into getting the overwhelming support from not just the school but the community. And it means a lot, not just to me as a West Allegheny alum, but to everyone involved with the production as well. Again, we know this game didn't end up the way that West Allegheny had hoped, but we appreciate everything from the bottom of our hearts. And let's take a look at some more positive things that West Allegheny did all season in 2017.